Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tuesday night. This is round 2. I'm going to be going to the Asylum, but I'm just visiting. Let's see. All right. There it is. You see it there? That's it. I'm going to join right now. Hopefully, Sincleanserr will be there, and he's going to be ready. We'll see.
Satellites high up in the sky, therefore they're there, even though there would be another week with the same issue as the
That's
celestial
Gregory.
bodies, because there being objects
Hold
above the
on, can we
surface
all
of the earth
roll out
doesn't
the
mean
red carpet? We
Sounds like
have
he's-
the one and only Mr. I'm also like he almost didn't show up.
What's up,
Oh my
man?
Lord.
MC Toon, welcome.
Hey, all right.
MC
people-
Toon, you really are a drama queen.
Why
You
am I
made me
drunk?
wait all night.
Oh,
Is he?
I mean, just to finish this last sentence,
yeah, go ahead.
the fact that there
Finishing
are
his
objects
super
above the
chats,
surface of the
Gregory.
earth,
Go ahead.
right? The fact that there are objects above the surface of the earth does not indicate that it's above a sphere. It could be above a flat surface. So that appeal is just really silly.
No, the argument goes something like this: that GPS, we all observe that GPS works, and the globe Earth heliocentric
Matthew
model
learns to
has
speak. He's
a
a
explanation
university
for
professor.
how it works with satellites going around a spherical Earth. And it seems like the flat Earth models don't have an adequate explanation for how GPS works.
But it's just a cosmic paradigm being ascribed to the satellites, to machines being above the surface of the Earth. The fact that machines are above the surface of the Earth at whatever height doesn't indicate that they're a curved concave surface,
Right.
or convex surface. So there's no point in appealing to that.
No, it's saying that it's saying something more. It's saying that there are machines above the Earth that transmit GPS signals, and then the question then is, okay, well, what's the explanations? How do they stay up there? How do they move? Where are their locations? And there are two competing narratives about how that could happen. One is the heliocentric globe model, saying that there are satellites in orbit around a spherical Earth. And then the question is, what is a competing story that is better than that?
They're just the properties of matter and the laws of motion. That doesn't concern concrete geometrical properties such as the flatness or convexity of the surface of the
What
Earth.
you're
You can still
hearing
have
is
all those
aggressive
laws.
denialism.
While
Somebody
the
just the other day said, Sincleanserr, you need to call him PhD phony. I thought that was so funny. I just noticed he joined. PhD phony. Oh my God.
All right, Mr. Cleanser.
The topographical characteristics of the Earth is irrelevant to the laws of motion.
Right. There's two competing narratives with two different topographical assumptions, and the question is which assumption better explains this observation that GPS works.
Within that question, the question of the topographical characteristics of the surface of the Earth is irrelevant.
All right, hey, Gregory, Matt, let's push that conversation later. Let's let McToon and Sincleanserr have their day, and then we'll go from there.
That means go on mute, Gregory. Yes, indeed.
Get in your corner. Get where you need to get in your corner. McToon, I thought you were ducking me, man. You sent me all these DMs. Where you at? And then here you are later.
I
My goodness.
I did not. All right, so people know.
How dare you keep
welcome,
us waiting?
Welcome, and good. I know this has been long waited. This dodging and whatever else is. I guess it's finally happening. So feel free to open up.
There's a lot of things you're gonna have to answer for.
Have you guys checked? Like, has he sent anything yet? I haven't heard a word come from
I think he's still reading super chats. Give him like 15 more minutes.
I'm in here
There
talking.
could be a medical issue going on.
You don't hear me? Did none of you hear me?
Mic check. Hello, McToon.
Oh my gosh, hold on.
Let's you're gonna have to justify certain things. I'm gonna have to ask you about them.
No, hey McToon, we can't hear you. You're talking, but we can't hear you.
All right,
we cannot hear you.
He's still practicing. Give him like 30 more minutes. He's gonna
Come in
figure out
and
the
out.
best Glover
Oh, there he
arguments. He's still
One
triggered.
of his mods is talking shit. Oh,
All
would
right,
never have seen that coming. I can't even pronounce his name because it's probably like some kind of stupid ass foreign language
All right,
nobody cares about.
can you hear me now?
Which didn't you talk with McToon like a few weeks ago? That's so
Oh yeah,
funny.
he asked
Nothing?
for proof just so he can run away from it and close the
Uh-oh.
debate. You know,
Oh, that's Witch. All
Still
right,
can't hear you,
typical
McToon.
McToon.
Oh,
Just letting you
jeez.
know.
All
Come on,
right.
where's our mic?
Find your voice, McToon.
Come on, man.
Don't leave us like this.
Hey,
Check.
I didn't
We-
know.
Check. All right, can you hear me now?
He turns tail.
There
isn't
you
he?
go. There you
he's
go.
ran
He
away.
got
All right.
comp. Yeah, okay,
Now,
we got
now we
him.
can hear you.
So
We
I
got
have a
him,
new
boys.
computer and I've not used it yet on Discord. So there we go.
Oh, the old new computer excuse.
No worries.
Classic. Haven't heard
Right.
that one yet.
You had to call tech support, didn't you?
I did actually. I am tech support, so I had to call myself. So
Nerd alert. He sounds like a Glober already. Jesus.
yeah.
Saying some nerdy stuff like that.
All right.
McToon, bro, you got a lot to answer for. I don't know if anybody told you, but you're a full-grown adult male that thinks the Earth is a ball. So
Yep.
absolutely, you're
Pretty-
gonna have to answer certain questions.
Pretty standard. Pretty standard. It's not really that.
I
unusual.
agree. It's pretty normy. I agree. It's
Yeah,
pretty
all right.
standard.
All right.
All right.
well,
So who talked you into believing these ideas, McToon?
well, I tested for myself and confirmed that the Earth is a sphere all by myself.
How did you find yourself in that situation?
Well, one of the things I did was I went up in an airplane. I flew from Anchorage to Minneapolis, and I used on my phone, I installed the Theodolite app. And the day before I left, at the shore of the Kenai River, right down there with my toes right on the edge of the water, I calibrated the application on my phone so that it had a zero elevation at the correct spot, zero angular elevation. Then from the airplane, I measured the angular dip of the horizon, and it was more than 3 degrees. And at eye level, was the entirety of the moon was below eye level. So at 35,000 feet, for the moon to be completely below eye level would be quite something.
So
On flat
we
Earth.
have to go back in time and remind ourselves. Globers used to only ever say the horizon was like a geometric thing. It was a physical thing. Now, I don't know where you're at with all this stuff, but I'm pretty sure you've caught up onto all the arguments where no flat earther even says that that's a physical thing you're looking at. It's not actually physically Earth curvature.
No
So
flat
I
earthers
hope
say
to
that?
God you're not saying it's
Wait.
physical.
No flat earthers say that?
I don't know anybody who says that boats go over any curvature.
Well,
But
they
you're
do.
saying that there
Well,
is
they-
a horizon out
yeah,
there
they-
at some
they
sort of
certain-
distance.
Yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
Earth.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so you think that the horizon is Earth curvature? Did I hear you?
The horizon is the edge of the Earth. Yeah.
Okay, is that the apparent edge or the actual edge?
Well, is it something that we're looking at?
No,
If
it's
it's-
apparently something that.
if
Yeah,
it's
well,
something-
that's the whole name of the game. Is
If
we
it's
see
something that we're looking at,
You
then
guys say it's one thing. We say it's like no, it's
Yeah.
probably refracted.
Yeah,
Like
all that we can, everything that we see is apparent. Everything that we see is apparent. I'll say it again. Everything we see is apparent.
I agree.
see
So
is
it's
I'll say it
not physical. It's
Everything we
not Earth curve.
It is the edge of the Earth that you are seeing. Yes.
No, here's the thing. Because a lot of globers will claim that's a physical, that's a real physical thing. That's the Earth curve. But you know what none of them ever account for is the very same thing that we all know what we're going to talk about right now, refraction.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You and I both
Easy.
know that there are certain optical illusions that we see in real life that for you to say it's one thing or the other, good luck. Good luck telling me about it because I don't know if you or I could even say these things.
I can.
You're going to say
can,
I
but you
know it's
can't.
Earth curve though.
Yeah. Yeah, and I am basking in the warm glow of gaslight. So I posted there the photograph that I took while on that very plane, and you can see there the The moon is entirely below eye level.
So how much refraction is in this image?
Not very much, but certainly refraction would have caused things to appear slightly higher, because that's what it does, which doesn't help you at all.
Well, no, because there's a lot of different types of refraction. All refraction
Really?
doesn't mean things look above or below necessarily. Refraction is an illusion of optics, right?
It's not
So
an
I
illusion.
can show you. I can show
No,
you
it's
looming.
not an
I
illusion.
can show
Hold
you
on.
sinking.
It's not an illusion. You actually see it, so it's not an illusion. An illusion is something that you're seeing that isn't actually.
Oh my god.
Well, okay.
real,
So
right?
what's a
So-
mirage?
A mirage would just be the effects of refraction. You're still seeing the thing, right?
Oh, I
So-
agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So if
You're
if
still
there's a-
seeing it, but is it the actual thing that you're looking at, or is it an effect of the light?
it's the light that bounced off of that thing that came to your eye or your camera.
So
That's
not
what you
Earth
see.
curvature.
It's what you're looking at. Yes.
That's what I'm saying.
Everything
Not
that we
Earth
see
curvature.
is a result of seeing things.
Rainbow.
I agree. We're both seeing things, but you're saying this means that, and that's the other. And I'm like,
Mirage
if
is
we
a
if we
rainbow.
both agree that there's refraction, you're gonna go out of your way to say, "Oh, I know it's Earth curvature." I don't know if you're qualified to say that because you don't have the data.
And
The
what
first thing he
data?
does
What
is
data would
mirror
you?
DMOC.
What data would you expect? All right, so DMOC isn't
Oh, that's my boy. Don't do that.
for reference, Sincleanserr. It's between you and me. So if DMOC wants to interrupt, then I'm not gonna listen to him. So I
We'll
already
save
have
him for later.
Yeah,
You
he
gotta
can
be
come in
fair.
later. Maybe you and I can go for a bit, and DMOC can, shut his face hole.
He's one of the best we got. Don't.
I know that's sad.
Don't get it twisted.
That's sad. Poor you. You guys, I feel sorry for you. If he's the
We
best
kind
you
of
got.
jumped into it, Maytoon. Let me just.
All right.
I'm
Let
happy
me-
you showed up. I thought you were gonna be a no call, no show. I really thought you're gonna.
All right. So I'll show
30
you.
minutes late. You
Show
know,
you
shame
here.
on you.
All right. There's another one where you can see the horizon nice and clear. And I have one here that's an actual. There it is. A measurement. So this was the same thing happened, and he actually tipped the camera down to measure the angular drop of the horizon as 3.2 degrees. He did that from 34,798 feet.
No. This is not what we were talking about. What you and I were both talking about is that you think at a certain distance, refraction is a thing we need to think about, but then it's not a thing we need to think about.
Oh no!
And then
it's
we can
always
ignore
something.
it, but then we have to acknowledge it for Earth curve.
It's always something that can be taken into account. But in this particular instance, it causes the horizon to appear slightly higher. So then, if we take into account refraction, then the horizon is less than 3.2 degrees down. It'd be 3.3 or 3.4 degrees down, which does not help flat Earth. For flat Earth, you need the horizon to be 0, or including refraction, it needs to be 0.1 or 0.2. But it's not. It's
okay. So
3.1
is there
below.
any refraction? I mean, it's better to use like an image that we can both work off of.
Yeah,
You want to use the airplane one?
Yeah. Yep. The one.
Okay.
that
How much refraction is in this photo?
it's unknown exactly how much, but but
That's a dangerous
refraction-
thing to start saying. You don't know this and you
Just
don't
a
know
second.
that. That's not a
Refraction-
way you tell me about something.
Refraction causes distant objects to appear slightly higher, except in, quite outstanding circumstances. So that doesn't help you. So, like I said already, when we account
No,
for refraction,
no,
hold on, just
no.
give me a second. When we account for refraction in this particular one, so I just want to make sure you're looking at the one that I am. It's where it's got the angle down of 3.2 degrees. With refraction, when you account for refraction, then the horizon is going to be farther down than 3.2 degrees. It's going to be 3.3 or 3.4. It works against you because for flat Earth, the horizon has to be at 0.
It only ever is. That's the baseline from which we can discover all sorts of different illusions of light.
But we're looking
Because you
right
and I
now.
both know that refraction is frustrating the things that we're looking at. Now, I think the wisdom of flat Earth is you and I don't have to lie to each other when we say, you know what, that certain things don't look so far, and certain times you can see things way further than what they say we should expect to see on the globe. So my point is, you made a claim about refraction that it only ever looks like it's lifting things up, but that's not true, because you guys have a whole thing. You have a whole different version of refraction. It's called sinking refraction. Do you know what sinking refraction is?
Yeah, and what effects are necessary for sinking refraction to happen?
They require a certain amount of data for us to make those claims. And
No,
guess
what
Anybody making these
circumstances?
claims, neither you or me have any of that data. So
Oh,
how can we
certainly
lie to each other and say it's this or that?
100% do. But let me ask you, just so for clarity, what conditions are necessary for sinking refraction?
Data.
No, what conditions? What
You're gonna
physical
have to have the
conditions?
right temperature. You're gonna have to have the right angle. You're gonna have to have
Yeah,
the right
I'm asking you, what are the
pressure
right
level. I
what
mean, you're gonna
is
have
the
to have a
right-
whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, what is the right? I can answer this question. Can you? What is the right circumstances? What's the right refraction? What's the right angle? What's the right pressure?
In the middle of telling you.
I'll give you all of that and everything and more. You just have to show me. Do you know what sinking refraction looks like, even if you saw it?
Yes. Now, can you
Okay,
explain?
can you provide?
No,
you know,
I'm
I've
sorry.
been debating flat Earth for
Oh my
several
gosh.
years now.
Are
and
you?
you know
You're
what I've
running
never seen?
away from. You don't even know what
No,
conditions.
we're gonna
cause
get to it
sinking.
because here's the game-winning
What
argument.
conditions cause sinking? You won't answer because you don't know.
There is no glober in all of my 5 years of debating this subject. Not a single glober has ever shown me sinking refraction. You know why they've never shown me it? Because I don't think they would know what it looks like even if they saw it. So you could make
I
my
know
day right now
exactly
if you
what it
showed
looks
me
like.
what sinking
So,
refraction looks like.
like I said, you don't actually know what conditions are necessary for sinking
Can you
refraction.
show me sinking refraction, McToon?
Yeah. Good job running away from
honest.
your own claim.
No,
You
no, I
don't know
believe
the
in sinking
conditions.
refraction. I think that's why the
You
sun
don't
goes
know
down.
the conditions that are necessary. You're avoiding it. I can tell.
Okay, McToon, is there such thing as sinking refraction?
It's very rare in very specific circumstances which you don't
Can
know.
you show me an image of it? Because I can show you an image of it.
I certainly can, but you don't know the conditions necessary for sinking refraction. So I'll go back to.
Whoa.
I will go back to this particular measurement of the 3.2 degree dip, and I know the specific conditions for what's happening here, and I can cite them with evidence specifically showing that sinking refraction is impossible. But the problem is that you
don't
yet
have that data.
I
McToon.
absolutely do. I have it. I completely have that.
So
data.
you have the whole corridor. You have from you to the object you're
I
seeing on
have
the
the
horizon. You have
actual-
every different pressure variation
have
and
the
temperature change.
actual
Where's
data.
that data at?
I actually have it, but the problem is, Sincleanserr,
You
that
don't actually have it. No.
Stop interrupting me. I wanna make this very clear. I have the data. It's not hard to find. The year 1976 is in the answer. But the problem
1776?
is 1976. The problem is that you don't know the actual conditions necessary for sinking refraction. You've made that exceptionally clear.
That's your claim. But guess what? 5 years later, after all my experience in flat Earth, not a single glober has ever showed me sinking refraction. Why is that?
It doesn't.
You can give them all the data in the world. You give them all the equations,
you're
all the math.
avoiding-
You know
you're
what they still
avoiding
don't
this
have?
because you know.
Evidence for what they're talking about. Where is sinking refraction? I need you to do it.
I don't need to provide sinking refraction.
You
for this
don't need to
example.
provide
Hold on.
any evidence
Let
for
me
this
finish.
thing that.
I don't need to provide sinking and refraction because I can show you empirically that the sinking refraction is not possible in this circumstance. But you
well, I
don't
don't think
know.
you or I are qualified to say that because you don't have the data to even make that claim.
I have the data. I already told you I have the data. But
No, now I'm really going to have to ask you, can you show me sinking refraction?
there is no sinking refraction involved in this particular measure.
How did you determine that?
Because I have the data. So now, let's go back to
This ought to be good.
your inability to explain what causes sinking refraction. What particular circumstances would do that?
I just want to know what you're talking about. Do you know what it looks like when you see it? Can you show it to me? If you would, you know it if you saw it?
But it has nothing to do with this particular observation.
That's a bold claim. You haven't validated. I don't even really know if you know what it looks like, even if you saw it.
All right.
We're talking about these things, and you're swearing up and down that you have the measurements, you have the data. I don't even know if we're talking about the same thing because you haven't demonstrated to me that you know what we're talking about.
Dude, you are the one that is completely running away from this topic. You don't know what causes
sinking refraction.
No. There is definitely no sinking refraction involved in this particular observation, and I can prove that. But you don't. But we first need to understand what causes sinking refraction. That's the first topic. You
can't even show me what we're talking about. What is it? Can you show me a picture of it?
I have a video of it.
I have to move this boy sometime.
Topic number 1 is what causes sinking refraction, Sincleanserr. Tell me.
There's gonna be a lot of different variations. There's gonna be a whole world of things that might affect why we see what we see. But you and I, neither of us have any of that data. So here we are just making claims at each other.
You're avoiding.
You know what it would require
the topic.
if you had any of that, it would require that you have the pressure differentials. It would require that you have the temperature. It would require you have a lot of things that I know you don't have. So
the thing is, you don't actually know what causes sinking refraction, and I love this.
You can't even show me what I can. You want me to show you? How about we show each other what we both think we're talking about? I'll show you a picture of sinking refraction, and you show me a picture of what you think sinking refraction.
You go right ahead.
All right. Well, you better find it because I know you don't have anything because Globers have never shown me sinking refraction. And all my whole time ever doing this, not a single Glober's ever showed me what this looks like. They say, oh, the data, think of the math. Think of this, think of that. I'm like, okay, well, show it to me.
Waiting.
Let's talk about reality here. I'll get you an image.
Let's see it. Yeah, Brenda debates. Why does Sincleanserr keep running away? Because he doesn't actually know what conditions cause it.
How can we talk about something if you don't even know what we're talking about, McToon?
Oh my gosh.
You don't have an idea in your mind of what we're saying. I think sinking refraction kind of looks like boats sinking bottom up. Sinking refraction probably looks like the sun going down.
Let's see it. Stop talking.
Sinking refraction kind of looks like everything we would ever expect it to be at a certain distance.
Post it. Go ahead.
Have you ever seen the sunset?
Waiting for it.
There you go.
Waiting. Let's see. You're
going to make me get out my flat earth meme folder. Oh, my Lord.
Come on. Sinking refraction. Where is it? You're talking. It's a lot of talk. A lot of deflection.
I'm waiting for you, too. We got
a lot.
You show me.
A lot of you not having anything.
You better have have some good evidence for sinking. I'm going to show you some shit.
Apocryphon, can I post a 3 megabyte video? Will that go through? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Flat Earthers are poor. We don't have our servers supported like that.
Hey, Dave Kircher just gifted 10 memberships after he said I cast Magic membership and rolled a 10. Thank you, Dave. Still waiting.
So this is being streamed.
Oh, yeah. All right.
He's making me work. I got to get all of my favorite pictures that debunk the Earth curve.
And then you're going to need to support it.
So the current point of dispute is what is the nature of sinking refraction? Is that right?
Yeah.
My whole point is that I've never seen a glober ever once in my whole experience in flat Earth. None of them have ever shown me sinking refraction. They'll say, yeah, but you got to think about the math. Think about the equation. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll give you all the equations. I'll give you all the data in the world. Just show me what we're talking about. Not a single one has ever shown me in my whole career in flat Earth.
A lot of talk and nothing posted.
Okay. Dude, I got it in the pipe, man. Just give me 1 sec.
Talk.
I don't see. Here's the
is
thing. You
cheap.
could show.
You're
you
still
could show me
talking
syncing refraction
and not posting. Still talking and not posting anything.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. You see that?
No, nothing yet.
Check in the general chat. I'll show you some syncing refraction right
I'm
there.
I'm in the live chat. You want the general text channel?
Where am I at? General? It says general.
I'm in live. TTT live in the Asylum. The channel is called live.
Okay, I'll post it there.
I feel like we should move this to the voice chat in that category.
Move what?
No. We're not gonna let him run away. This is a slam dunk for Flat Earth.
No, not run away.
This is an
Move him up there with
absolute
us.
game changer.
All right.
Unless it doesn't matter.
All right, do you see that one? Do you see that one?
That's the curvature of the Earth, dude. Blocking this.
No, absolutely
That's the
no,
first
sir.
law of Blurb.
This is my favorite one right here. Now, is there
First
any
law of
refraction in
Blurb
that
right
image?
there.
Is there any refraction in
that
this
that
image,
is
Victor?
that is a almost very very small amount of refraction if there's any. Oh my gosh, it's a tiny
Okay,
little
how did
nothing.
you determine that?
Because there isn't
Walk me through
dramatic
it.
because we don't see dramatic effects on those. But it's a tiny image, but we
You
don't see.
have no data. You have no measurements. You are just baselessly claiming this and that.
Then if why would you post
And you
that
expect
if you
my
have
audience to
nothing?
believe this stuff? Are you kidding me? Shame on you. You have no data.
You're the one that posted the
You
no
got
data,
no
low
measurements.
resolution
Don't play
photo.
me. Where's your data?
Seriously, where is the actual large? Dude, can
You know
not?
what it looks like? It looks like it's sinking.
No, it's not.
It looks like it's kind of sinking,
That's
doesn't it?
blocked
Look like
by
that?
the curvature of the Earth, dude.
Well, you know what? If that were the case, where's the tilt? There's no tilt.
How far away is it?
Guess what? We don't have the data. Isn't that unfortunate?
Then why
Victor?
would you post
Neither
it?
of us have the data.
You have
But
no
you seem
data.
to think that there's no refraction
Oh
involved
my
here.
gosh. Oh my gosh.
That looks like sinking refraction to me, man. I've seen it.
How much drugs did you do today? You just destroyed flat Earth.
Make
Again.
does it look like it's sinking?
Again. It looks like it's behind the curvature of the Earth.
Well,
you
we know that's not
destroyed
true
it.
because it's not tilted away.
How far away is it? How much tilt should you see?
All the data you and I both don't have.
Then
You know,
then why
you
would
should
you
be
think
telling
it should
me?
be?
Don't you have
I
a
don't
calculator?
know. I don't know how far away it is. This is your evidence,
calculator.
not mine.
Get your calculator out and you tell me how much Earth
It's
curvature.
your claim, not my claim. You're the one that needs to support your claim. You're the
My
one that
claim
needs
is
to provide
that you
evidence
guys
for
just
your
say
claim.
stuff. And
You're
you
the
can't
one that
validate
needs to
anything.
provide details for the observation that you're talking about. All you've done is show that there's Earth curve blocking it.
Where is the curvature in the? Where's the globe curve
That's
in
what's
the picture?
obstructing the bottom. All right, Apocryphon, is he here just to mock flat earthers? It sounds like what he's doing.
Mister, I got no data.
Oh my gosh.
MC Toon, you know, honest to God, if you were a true glober, you would be able to tell me how much curve is just in this picture alone. just by
No,
looking
I
at
don't
it.
know how far away it is.
You can say, look, there's the Earth curvature, and I can say,
we
how
do
much?
see the Earth curvature 100%. That's what's blocking it.
Okay, how much Earth curvature you see in this one?
All right.
I'll give you all.
Somebody
the math
did
in the
your
world.
work and got the higher resolution version of it since you're too lazy. Oh my God.
There's no requirement that I help you guys out. You guys are glovers.
It's
I
your
owe you
claim, not
nothing.
my claim.
Yeah, no, my claim is that lust like sinking refraction.
All right.
And your claim is
So
that
the
I got
hi-
no data. That's
The
got to be
higher
Earth curve.
resolution one that I just that Gustinator posted shows that there isn't a large amount of modification due to the refraction. So
Yeah,
that doesn't help you.
That's a claim.
That doesn't help you.
No,
Pause for just a moment.
You can't run away with just baseless claims. You're gonna have
Pause for
to
just a moment.
validate something, McToon. I'm here. I'm the flat Earth reckoner. I'm gonna have you're gonna have to validate it in front of me. How did you determine that there's no refraction in this? How did you determine that it's
All right,
not
Gregory
sinking?
said pause. So
Cleanser.
shut your face.
Yeah, hang on. McToon, hop out and hop right back in so that your mod abilities can kick in.
All right. What? All right.
Oh, don't let him abuse D-Monk. D-Monk's already muted.
All right. I only muted him for me. Oh, it looks like he's muted for everybody.
Somebody already muted him.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
It should have worked now. All right, go ahead.
All right.
Well, McToon, you got a MC Tune. Let me just say this real quick. The problem I have with most Globers is that they just make these claims. They don't have any data. They don't have any measurements.
That's what
they
you
say,
just did.
It can't be this. It can't be that. Why? Oh, just trust me, bro.
That's exactly
Think of
what
the
you
math.
did.
No. I'm flipping you on your head on this
All right.
one because guess what?
So,
You don't have
Gustinator.
any of the data.
So Gustinator says, according to Wikipedia, the distance is 50 kilometers. So, Sincleanserr, how much tilt should there be on the globe?
Where's the data? Where's the measurements?
Gustinator
I mean, I
provided
could claim it's this and that all day long too.
So
Like,
Sincleanserr, according to the globe, how much tip should there be?
I'm not. Listen, I don't have that much of an ego. I would never lie to you.
You have no clue.
Now you guys
You
are
have
gonna make
no
all sorts of this and that.
clue,
Trust me,
do
bro.
you?
Like type arguments.
You don't
And
know
I'm
how
out
much.
here like, okay, how did you determine that there's no refraction in this?
You have no idea. Are you serious?
I'm not out here lying
You
to
don't
you.
even have the slightest
You're lying
way.
to me if you say
You're like,
you know what's happening.
You're like, where's the tilt? How come it's not tilting back? But you don't know how much tilt back there should be. And if
How
there
much
was
tilt
that
should
much
there be?
that's what I'm asking you because that's your claim.
I'm not here to tell you that there's any tilt. I don't see any tilt.
You claimed that there should be though. On the
No,
globe.
what I'm claiming is that it appears to be sinking.
Should there
at the
be?
horizon,
No, you said tilt.
which
You're the one that-
purposely it perfectly matches what we've already described as sinking refraction. It's not actually sinking on the horizon. It's an optical illusion.
I'm
an
not the
effect
one
of
that
light.
brought up tilt. You're the one that said how come
Yeah,
it's not
you don't
tilting.
bring up tilt because
So,
you don't bring up anything.
how
You guys
much
got nothing.
tilt? How much tilt should there
Zero.
be?
Zero.
On the globe. On the globe, how much tilt should there be?
On the globe or in reality?
On the globe.
Because in reality, I don't see any
on
tilt.
deflect again because you don't know, huh? How much
No,
tilt
I
should
know
there
that
be
you
for
have
the
no
globe?
tilt. Like I've just
How
demonstrated
much
that.
tilt
I've just
should there be
demonstrated
for
that.
the globe?
Zero tilt.
For the globe?
Oh well, I'm not
Wrong.
here to justify the globe. No,
But
that's
you're
for
the
you to
you're the
tell
one
me.
that you're the one that said that there should be tilt. How much tilt were you expecting?
I'm not expecting to
For the
be.
globe.
I'm not expecting any tilt. You're the one
How
trying to
much
talk me
should
into
there
believing
be?
in this.
Here's the
tilt.
problem. Everything that you bring up is just BS, and you don't even know the actual argument that you're trying to
Nick
make.
Toon, I'm not
You
here to
run
justify
from your
your
own
arguments.
argument. It's your
You're
argument,
here
not
to
mine.
tell me all about
You
it.
have to justify your argument. If
So
there
let
should
me
be
get
tilt,
this right.
how much tilt should there be? You tell me. It's your argument. How much tilt
I
should
don't
there
think
be?
there's any tilt.
How much? But you're the one
I'm a
that
flat
said
earther.
that.
Remember,
You're the
Nick
one
Toon?
that
I'm a flat
said
earther.
that you thought there should be tilt for the globe.
No,
Therefore,
I don't think
that
there-
was your evidence for the flat Earth. How much tilt does the globe say? In 50
I'm
kilometers.
not here to
So it's a
defend the
control.
globe.
Come on.
You're here to defend the globe.
Come on, you're getting demolished here. Just answer the question, Sincleanserr. You don't
The
even know,
sad-
do you?
the
Just say
sad
you
fact
don't
of
know.
reality is that
Sinclair,
there's
just
no
say
Earth curvature.
you
There's
don't
no tilt,
actually
there's
know.
no data. There's
You
no
said there's no
measurements.
tilt. How much
No
tilt
nothing.
should there be, and how did you determine whether or not that amount of tilt was visible?
You're trying to rob me of my argument.
Come on.
You
How much?
think that there's Earth curvature. You already
Come
told
on.
me. You
Sincleanserr,
said, look at those
how much?
windmills.
You are scared of your
I'm not
own
gonna
argument.
lie to you and make stuff
you
up.
are full
You're
of
gonna
crap.
lie to me and
you
make
have
stuff
demolished flat Earth on your own
Oh,
again.
man, I just
Everybody
I
on
just
the server
demonstrated
should be
to you.
embarrassed for you. The
I
answer
just
is,
demonstrated
Sincleanserr,
to you
I
and
will
your whole
explain.
audience.
All right, listen for a
You got
second,
no
and I'll
data.
explain to you. That is 50 kilometers away. There is 1 degree of curve in 111 kilometers. So less than 1 degree of tilt. So looking at that photograph, that low-res version that you posted, how much tilt did you determine was in that photograph?
Zero.
How?
There's no tilt.
How did you measure that?
I didn't measure it.
How did you measure
You're
that
the
there's
one
zero
here
tilt?
telling me about the tilt that we
How
don't
did
see.
you're the one that claimed that there was no tilt?
Okay,
How
answer
did
me
you
this.
determine
do
the
you think
difference
there's tilt
between
in this picture? Do
how
you
m-
see the tilt?
How did you determine the difference between zero tilt and less than half a degree of tilt?
Okay, so you see less than half a degree of tilt?
I'm asking you how you determined that there was 0 degrees.
You don't want to answer anything related
I'm
to your
asking
belief.
you how you determined that there was no tilt. You're the one that made the claim. The globe prediction is
so you're
less
saying
than
I
half
have
a
to
degree.
justify why something isn't the way that it is?
saying that
I don't
you
think
have to
that's how it
support your
works,
own claim. Sincleanserr, you have to support your
You're
own
the
claim.
one making the claim.
You claim there's no tilt. How did you determine there's no tilt? I didn't make that claim. You did.
No,
How did you
my
determine?
claim is that looks like sinking refraction.
You
honest to
talked
God.
about tilt.
It really does look like
How
it.
did you
doesn't-
determine whether or not there is tilt? How did you do that?
Well, I would never lie to anybody like that.
You just
I
lied.
would never
you claimed
even
that
say
you
that there's
claimed
tilt.
that there was no tilt. How did you
You're
measure there's
telling
no
me
tilt?
about some sort of thing. I don't know where you're getting it from.
How did you measure that there was no tilt? How did you
I
determine
don't have any claim
that there
about
was,
it. You're the one trying to insist
You made
that
a
there's
very
tilt.
specific claim. You
Okay,
very
Mick Toon,
specifically claimed there was no tilt.
Is there tilt? Is there
How
tilt in
did
that
you
image?
measure the tilt?
Is there
Your
tilt
claim.
in that image?
Your claim. You're running from
Oh
your
no,
claim
no! You're
because
doing
you
a flat
know
earther.
you cannot
You're trying to
support
pull
your
a flat
claim.
earther on me.
You know you cannot support your claim. That's why you won't address it.
Mick Toon, is there tilt in that image?
You're running from your own claim.
No, I'm asking you to justify why you're telling me
very
these
specifically claimed that there was no tilt. I'm asking you, how do you determine that? You're running
things. Dude,
from
I
it.
got nothing for
McToon,
you,
you asserted
man.
in
I
the
don't
first
see
place
any
that there was
tilt.
tilt in the photo.
Yeah, I don't see any tilt. Honest to God, I don't see any tilt.
And how did you measure
Now,
that?
you think that there's tilt in this one?
How did you measure that?
I'm saying I'm a
McToon,
simple-minded
you
flat earther.
initially
I don't
asserted that
see
there's
tilt.
in the photo.
Yeah, I don't see any
I
tilt.
never said that there was tilt. I said that
Oh,
the
of
globe
course
predicts
you wouldn't say
less than
that.
half a degree. So then I'm asking, how did you determine that there was less than half, that there was zero
You didn't
tilt?
say there was any tilt. You said there was
I
half
don't
a
see
degree
any
of tilt.
man.
I
gotta be
said-
You don't see the
honest with you.
self-contradiction in that?
All right, Gregory, why are you still here?
Because I want to hear this.
McToon, let's just for the audience sake, let's remind everybody what's happening. I don't see any tilt. Do you see tilt?
You said there's zero tilt. You made the positive claim that there was zero tilt.
Me as a flat earther, yes. On God, I do not see any tilt. Now, you're going to tell me you see tilt?
No, I'm going to tell you that you did not actually provide the measurement of how much tilt there was.
No,
You just
that's 'cause-
made a
no,
claim.
you're taking
And
my argument.
You made a
now.
bold claim with no evidence to back it up. Standard flat Earth is to make a claim and never have the supporting evidence. So
No, if dude,
clearly you
that's so
cannot
funny.
answer
you
the
took
question.
my argument and
I
you're trying to use it
understand
against
why you will not answer the question, because you realized as soon as I asked that you have no way to determine if there's 0 degrees of tilt or half a degree of tilt in that small
Yeah, but the
resolution
difference
photo.
between you and me is that you think there's tilt there. I don't really see any tilt. I don't know what you mean by tilt. I don't. See
I
any of
don't
it.
know how in that photograph anybody could measure half a degree of tilt. How could you
case
do
closed.
that? You're the
Welcome
one that
to
made
flat
the
Earth.
claim.
There's no tilt. I agree.
Not at all.
I don't see it either, man.
I said, how did you determine that there was no tilt? And you have no answer for that. So
How did
do
I
you
not
have
determine that?
fine,
you know,
fine,
this
fine.
and that.
You can run away from that one too. Now, do you have any actual evidence? Any measurements of flatness, maybe?
That looks pretty damn flat to me.
Okay.
looking
Do you
at
have
it.
any actual measurements? Not it looks flat, therefore Earth flat. That's all you have so far. Do you
So
have
I
any
can't
actual
trust my
measurements?
senses. I can't trust
No,
my
don't
God-given
trust. Definitely
senses.
don't
to
trust your senses. Definitely don't.
Okay, so well, that's a very satanic thing to say. Don't trust your God-given
Absolutely
senses.
don't trust your senses. Yes.
Okay, so who told you not to trust your senses?
Dude.
You're gonna tell me and everybody here I shouldn't trust my God-given senses?
All right,
You
tell you
don't
what.
live that way. You live every day of your life as if you do trust your senses.
Mhm.
So why are you telling me not to?
So
trust
you're
my
saying
senses?
don't trust your, or you do trust your senses. I want to just make it clear.
Absolutely, I live every day of my life.
You do
as if I
trust your
my
senses. All right. Well,
my survival requires I trust my
then
senses.
do you trust your senses for this particular photograph from Kip Dauergertis?
My senses have nothing to do with that image that you just posted.
So you're going to just deny it. Just suddenly your senses are no good. There's curve in that photograph.
I don't know where you got this. I don't know anything
There's
about
curve
this
in that photograph. Now you don't trust your senses.
My
Interesting.
senses would say immediately that this is
Interesting.
not a photograph. This is an image.
But that's a lie because it's a photograph.
Did you take this photo? Is
It
this
doesn't have
you
to be
took
me.
this photo?
Did you take the photo of those windmills?
This isn't justification for
Did
me
you
about
take the
anything.
photographs of the windmills?
No, but the
No, you
photographs
posted
of the
them.
windmills.
You posted them, so you don't get to say, "Did I take this photograph?" Because your standard of evidence allows you to post photographs that somebody else took. Therefore, it allows me to post photographs that somebody else took. You see that?
Okay, so
otherwise,
you think this
otherwise
is
you're
the
just
Earth curve?
lying.
Allow him to rebut, McToon. Allow him to rebut.
Okay, so McToon, let's just clarify what happened. I posted you something that can see on the beach. You posted me something that I don't even know if you know. Like, what is this? It's a spacecraft photo. What is this? Spaceship photos? Come on, bro. You didn't validate anything. You're gonna talk to me about how I know this and that. You're showing me spaceship photos, man. This isn't anything you ever validated. You're just saying trust my senses. It looks like Earth curve, even though you just said don't trust your senses. Like, what the heck? McToon, can we trust our senses or can we not? Because you're saying this looks like Earth curvature, but then you're saying don't trust my senses.
All right, are you done with your nuh-uh? So you said trust your senses.
Is that Earth curvature?
Yes, it is. I posted something that shows curvature, and then you don't want to trust your senses. Got it. Dual standard of evidence.
No, hold on. Do you trust your senses
There you
or
go.
not? Because
here's
listen.
another one. Here's another one for you to
should
look
we
at
trust
and
our
say-
senses, McToon?
There it is. Have a look at that one. Taken in 1935 using a rectilinear lens and an infrared camera.
MC Toon, can we trust our senses?
Sometimes. But you trust them all the time. And therefore you must accept this. Therefore you must accept these because your senses say that these are curved.
No, you said I couldn't trust my senses.
No, you said you do. Therefore, your
I trust
standard
my
of
senses.
evidence.
I don't know where the hell you got this.
Your standard of evidence is that you will accept photographs from unknown sources because you don't even know where you got that windmill photograph.
I can accept things for what they are.
No, you only accept things.
You think that there's some sort of trickery, but not when it comes to Earth curvature.
I didn't think
because,
there was
look,
trickery.
There's the Earth curvature.
I was certain that that was the curvature of the Earth blocking those, and you just demolished flat Earth. And now we're looking at another photograph of the curved horizon that demolishes flat Earth.
So the Earth curve has something to do with the moon?
When did I say anything about the moon?
Your last picture that you just posted was the moon?
The last picture that I posted is a photograph from 1935 over South Dakota.
Okay, so
the
you
moon.
trust that?
It's not. You do. Your
You're
standard
the
of
one
evidence.
posting it. You're telling me
Your
you're saying
standard of
Sincleanserr,
evidence
I
is
believe
you
this, and
trust
here's
your
why I believe
senses.
it.
You trust your senses. Use your senses.
Well,
Is
not
the
only do
horizon
I trust my
curved?
senses, but you trust the government. So that's
This
a
wasn't
huge-
taken by the
like-
government.
Okay, so what do you know? Where's the data for this picture?
It was published in National Geographic 1935. I have the copy of it right here. The photograph was 1935. The issue was May of 1936.
It looks pretty flat to me.
It's definitely
I mean,
curved.
I don't know what you see, but I see
It's 100%
flat
curved.
Earth.
100% curved left to right. I have the original. That's the actual scan that I.
That's
of the
not Earth
original that I
curvature,
took.
my man. That's
It actually
just
is.
a flat plane.
Denial doesn't help you. I'm showing on me.
You just proved flat Earth.
I'm showing on the live
Right in
stream
front of your
here.
whole audience. You just
Right
proved
there.
flat Earth.
The-
Oh my
The
lord.
curve of the horizon right there. People are looking on the live stream on YouTube right now and seeing it. 452 people are watching the YouTube live stream and seeing the curve right there. And you just
Hold
say,
on, scroll up. Can you
"Nuh-uh."
look at that picture? Can we talk about that
You
same
just say,
picture? That picture you just posted.
"Nuh-uh." I'm
No,
holding
that
it up.
picture proves the Earth is flat.
I'm actually it's
Scroll
curved.
back up.
I'm holding it up right now for everybody to see. On camera.
You know what you see? You see a circle of light over a flat plane.
450 people right now looking at it. Seeing
A
the
circle of light
curve
over a
of the
flat
horizon.
plane.
Now, you must not
Circle of light
now,
over a flat plane.
Now you do not trust your senses.
No,
is
I
that the
trust my
case?
senses. I just know what I'm looking at. You're
No.
looking at a circle of light over a flat plane.
A circle of light.
Welcome to flat Earth.
But Sincleanserr, that's
Have you ever put a light next to a wall?
That's an infrared camera.
Yeah, and guess what? We talked about this one, McToon.
That's an
Infrared
infrared
is
camera.
light, and you still
Yes.
have a circle of light over a flat
It's
plane.
an infrared camera. Everything that's not cold comes out as not black. So you don't need the sunshine on it. You just need it to be not cold.
That looks, okay, as a flat earther, when I see something like this, I say, oh my God, look, the earth is flat.
You say nuh-uh.
No, I say yes,
because
yes,
it hurts
this
your
is the flat
precious dirt pizza.
McToon is out here posting some of our best arguments.
Run, Flurf,
This
run.
is a circle of light over a flat plane.
But it was taken with an infrared camera. So it's
And
just
guess
showing
what?
heat.
McToon, you know what? Now we're
showing
gonna you're
heat.
making me do it, McToon.
Showing
You're gonna make me
heat.
do it.
It's infrared. It's showing
McToon,
heat.
remember the last time you and I talked about light? McToon, you're gonna make me do it.
You want to change
Are
the
you
topic?
gonna make me do
You want
it?
to change the topic?
Are you gonna make me
Are
do
you
this
changing
in front
because
of
you
your
got
audience, man?
demolished on this topic? Let's change
Okay,
it. Yeah, you
McToon.
go ahead. You change the topic to admit to everybody that you got demolished.
McToon, you apologized to me, didn't you?
Changing the topic. Here comes the topic change.
And we
Let's
won't
see it.
talk about it.
Let's see
We
it.
won't talk about it.
Change the topic. Go ahead.
I just think you have nothing, and this just demonstrates zero data. You trust your senses, but you don't trust your senses. You think the Earth is a ball, but you can't really believe what you see.
All right. So this
because-
is all just a bunch of denialism.
McToon, can
Do
we
you
trust
have-
our senses?
No.
Okay, so we're not looking at Earth curvature right there, are we?
In that photograph, we can trust our senses.
Why? Okay, so you're the one making exceptions.
The reason
Why do you
is
make an
because
exception for this and not the other thing?
Very good question, because that was taken with the photograph with the rectilinear lens on infrared paper, infrared photography paper. And so
So how much refraction is in it?
We are seeing the actual edge of the Earth in that photograph. That's why we can trust it in this instance.
Because they told you about this and you just accepted it?
Yep, deny. All you have
No,
is denial.
you just accept it. There is a
All
big
you
difference,
have
McToon.
is denial.
You guys accept things, and I'm trying to ask you, why do you just
No,
allow
I'm sorry.
them to tell you about these
you,
sort of things?
You just.
I don't accept it. You're right. I don't accept this. This is nothing to me.
Of course you
But
don't.
you
because
think
it,
you
it
seem to think
contradicts
this
your
is
dirt
Earth curve.
pizza. But you also let me here you go. You thought that the photograph of the windmills was perfectly fine, even though you don't know who took the photograph.
I brought it up to you. I think
Exactly.
that's a great flat Earth
You
proof.
did not verify who took it. You don't know anything about the lens. You don't know where they were. You don't know how far they were. You did exactly zero verification, and you're trying to hand wave dismiss mine, where I have a lot more information about the photograph
You
than
got
you
nothing. Okay, listen, check this out. I brought up that windmill photo. You know why? Because I knew full well
That
you
it
had no
proved
data
that
about
the
it,
Earth
but you were
is-
going to
is
say
a
that's
sphere.
Earth curvature.
It
And I'm
100%
saying
is.
you can agree with me that you have no data. You made no measurements.
Run.
We can trust our
Flurf,
senses because it
run.
looks like Earth curvature. But then I ask you, can
All
we
right.
trust our senses? You say
So
no,
now-
no.
So
We
Sincleanserr,
can't trust our senses.
many Karen is asking, give an example of something that you see that isn't light. Do you have anything?
I only think we only ever see light. No, yeah.
All right, so you don't have, yeah. Makes sense.
What else would we be looking at? I don't know. You tell me. I think we only ever see light.
All right, got it.
We
Fa
don't,
of the,
you know what? We don't see Earth curvature.
well, I mean, you showed it, but Fa of the
I had never
Q2 family
seen that.
says, if DMOC is the best you've got, you're screwed.
We keep DMOC for rainy days. He's one of the best we got.
Stringer News 1 says, when will they learn nuh-uh is not a force?
When you accept Coriolis isn't one.
Why would I?
You
why
guys
would I
got a
accept
whole
that?
world of fictitious forces.
Coriolis
so
actually,
don't ask us about
verifiable. Nate Walker says Cuba, and then Stringer Stringer News 1 says a bluff works in poker, not debate.
You know what? I'm gonna just ask your whole audience, where's the data? Any measurements?
You don't want
You can get
measurements.
back to me on that one.
I got measurements, but you don't want them. You'll just say no.
I got all the measurements.
Brian Gugger says flat earthers say planes have to dip their nose, but if we're on a big Gleason map, a plane would have to bank on long trips to the same latitude. Seems easily tested. There you go.
Yeah, it seems easy, but you know what? Here's the sad thing about
Never been
Globers. They have no data.
Of course we do.
They have no measurements. They don't actually measure anything.
Ba of the QTube family says the wind turbines are sinking in the water.
Or is it an optical illusion?
I will pull out. I will get the data for you. You don't actually want the data. You're just gonna know the data.
You know what? Hold on. One more point on that. On the windmills. If you ask me, it looks like it's sinking. Now that kind of fits all the requirements in the description of what we would call sinking refraction, which is a known optical illusion of light.
What evidence do you have that it is sinking refraction?
Here's the thing. Here I am, 6 years into flat Earth. Not a single glober has ever shown me sinking refraction. I showed you
it has
the optical
nothing
illusion.
to do with the question.
And
what
it is an
evidence
Earth curve.
do you have that it is sinking refraction? Chronic Avenger wants to know.
Where is it? Where's the sinking refraction?
All right,
I'm still waiting.
All right. Weatherhelm says, ask the Flurf what is on the bottom of his flat Earth disc. Hey, that's a good question. What's underneath the flat Earth disc? Underneath the dirt pizza?
I don't have those measurements.
Measurements?
I don't have that data.
Of course you don't. CV McCuller said, trust your senses, said no carpenter ever. Or maybe the first guy to get fired as a carpenter. Historic moment.
Well, a carpenter would know what level is. So
That's it.
Remind him that.
Well, no, but a carpenter, your kind of carpenter
would know how to find level.
Your kind of carpenter cannot use a device, must only trust his senses. That's your kind of carpenter. No tape measures allowed.
Yeah.
No tape measures allowed. No devices of measuring anything.
The only thing the measurements will do is prove the flat Earth. Don't measure it unless you want to be a flat Earther.
Just to be clear, everybody, Sincleanserr will not ever hire a carpenter that uses a tape measure because he only will let them trust their senses.
How come every carpenter I know is a flat earther?
It's nothing to do with anything.
They all kind of agree, like, dude, I measured it. Listen,
so...
I'm gonna lay this carpet down.
Yeah, but
I'm gonna lay this down. It's gonna be
First
level,
of all,
flat.
That's definitely
horizontal.
not the case. But second, every single carpenter you know uses instruments to measure things. They don't trust.
Yeah, and they all
senses.
prove the Earth is flat.
None of them trust their senses.
They don't have to trust their senses. They can use the tools, and that tools will prove the measurements that the Earth is flat.
So now they get to use. They don't get to trust their senses. Got it.
It's called science, McToon.
Tool standard of evidence. Tim Davidson.
You can't deny science now.
Tim Davidson says, "Got a light to flirf." Wait.
That's true. I agree with that one. You got a light to flirf.
Virillion says, "My eyes."
Misread it.
Oh no, I read it right. Virillion says, my eyes are reliable, but that's an optical illusion.
Oh man, that's gotta be evil.
All right.
I can't trust what I see. Oh man, good luck. Good luck out there. I can't trust what my eyes say.
So, Gustinator said, sorry to keep pinging you, but as an aside, the windmill image was taken by this Wikipedia user in 2018 and uploaded directly with the only information being that it was 50 kilometers. There it is.
Do they call them that nowadays, McTin? They call them Wikipedia users?
Well, that's where the photo was from. You
a Wikipedia
cited a photo from Wikipedia. That was
I agree. Wikipedia users. Yeah. They say all sorts.
All right. Are you ready for a measurement? You ready? You actually
have a measurement? Oh my God, yes. I think my whole team of flat earthers are all waiting for any sort of evidence.
All right. Well, gladly.
You know, we've been in flat earth a long time, MC. And you know what none of us flat earthers have ever seen? Evidence for the ball. Not anybody has ever come to me and said, Sincleanserr, look, earth curve. They don't even dare say that
All right.
to me. You know why?
So-
Because I'm going to ask them, how did you determine that? Where's your measurements?
Oh,
How
yeah,
did you
absolutely.
validate that? Show me the data. They don't have any of those things.
Absolutely. So now here's the problem. You're going to nuh-uh anything I send. Right?
No, I'm still looking for sinking refraction. And by
No,
the
no.
way, I'm not going to let you forget that.
I'm going to show you measurements of the curvature. And you're just going to nuh-uh.
But you're not going to show me sinking refraction. Okay, go ahead.
You're changing the topic now.
No,
So-
listen. You promised me, MC, an hour ago you're going to show me sinking, and to this day, just for your whole audience sake, not a single glober. We're going to come up on 7 years. In all my 7 years, no sinking
You
refraction.
started
Hey,
at
tell me
5.
about it.
Now you're at 7.
No, we're about to be at 8.
What
So
about
keep
a
it up?
Poe? Certainly a Poe. Gregory asked how long we're going to go. Gregory, I don't think Flat Earth can handle Sincleanserr destroying Flat Earth much longer. So
Hold on, MC.
gonna have
I
to-
do think like you and I had a little go at it, but like I don't know if a lot of people want to open it up and shoot the shit with you either. I don't know what they want to
well,
do.
I mean,
But
Gregory wants a piece.
Gregory's riled up, and you got him on. You Nathan Oakley'd him, bro. What the hell is that about?
No, because this
Don't
was
ever
an,
Nathan Oakley my
this
Flat
was an
Earth team
agreement between you and me that you and I were going to be the ones talking.
Well,
He- and he kept
we did
jumping
talk,
in.
and you had nothing. So,
And he kept jumping in. So when somebody's jumping in when they're not supposed to, what are they going to do? They're going to get muted. Any proper moderator
I'm
would
not
do
out
that.
here. I'm not doing that.
I mean, DMOC is sitting here. I didn't mute him. Server mute him. He's server muted. So
You gotta mute to globe.
When we're done.
They say you gotta lie to Flurf, but you gotta mute to
Well,
globe.
but who muted DMOC?
Oh, man, I would never.
Who muted DMOC?
Is this like waiting for super chat help, like kind of tactic, McToon, or what? Or do you?
That's a good point. That's a good
run out
point.
of like a bunch of bullshit.
Hold on, MC Toon. You've talked with Witch before, haven't you?
Yeah, he's a Poe.
Uh-oh.
He's just
All right,
mocking
so
you.
he's coming at you.
Well, I
He's
mean, you're
coming at
mocking.
you, man.
Pot culling the kettle black, McToon.
No,
Uh-oh.
you're a Poe. We all know you're a Poe.
Oh my God. Oh, McToon. What's up? What's wrong with that? What's
Oh
wrong
my
with
gosh.
that?
I think you really rubbed Witch the wrong way.
I think
I
you
know,
don't
he
even
seems
really
to have gotten a
understand what
bit-
the fuck you're talking
a
about
bit
sometimes,
bothered.
dude. You're just kind of like just grasping, man, like just hoping that
All
somebody surrenders to your nonsense, right?
All right, dude, I'm just telling you. I mean,
What's wrong,
Sincleanser's a
dude?
Poe too. So, all
Are you surrendering?
right, no. So, all right. I was
All right.
gonna give you. Here's
Start
what we're
making
talking
sense,
about.
dude.
Hold on, Sincleanserr. Any evidence, any measurements that I give you, you're just going to nuh-uh them. You won't look at them. You're just gonna
No, I
blanket deny
accept
them.
all evidence.
No, you don't. I already posted
I'm
two
just waiting for some
two
evidence.
photographs of the curving horizon, and you said nuh-uh to both of them.
Okay, MC, like, as God as my witness, did you not just say to me earlier that we can't trust our senses?
You said you accept all evidence. And
I
then
thought
rejected
you
the
just told me I
evidence.
shouldn't trust my
Oh
senses.
my
man.
gosh.
So you were expecting me to believe a photo?
All right, so
Oh,
just
my
to be
goodness.
clear-
Here what I do that? You just told me
Just
not
to be
do
clear,
it. I'm not here
Sincleanserr.
listening to you.
You said got a globe to mute. Apocryphon just sent me a message saying that he's the one that server muted DMOC. So now are you saying that
don't be a
Apocryphon?
rat. Don't
You
rat
must
on
be
him.
saying Apocryphon. I'm sorry. Sincleanserr has said that you're a glober. Welcome. Glad to have you.
Well, listen, he's never. I don't remember when Apocryphon said he was a flat earther.
Aha.
We got to get him
There
off
it is.
mute. Listen, here's the thing. I carry the torch. I'm probably one of the top 3 flat earthers of all time. You know what I've noticed?
Oh my!
They don't
big
like to
man.
call themselves flat earthers anymore. Why don't flat earthers call themselves flat earthers? That's like a pet peeve
It's
of
a
mine.
great question.
There's a lot of people that they're like, "Oh, the Earth is flat," but I'm not gonna say it's flat. It's level. It's true. It's like,
I
what
know-
the heck are you doing, man?
I know why. Let me tell you why. I'll tell you why. Just between you and me. The reason why they don't want to admit to be flat earthers is because they know that there's no evidence for flat earth.
No, you can't just say, okay, Sincleanserr, your whole night of arguments were working, and I'm just going to copy your stuff and say it's globe. I'm saying right now, there's no evidence for the globe. There's no evidence for tilt. There's no evidence for nothing. Not you guys have nothing.
But now
2023,
what
and here
will
am
you
I
accept?
on Discord looking for globe evidence.
All right, well,
like, shame
what
on
will
me.
you accept? Tell me what you'll accept.
Data.
So that when I provide it, I can show that you're a hypocrite. What data will you accept?
Can you show me sinking refraction?
No. What?
No,
You changed the topic.
Anything
you were
but
talking,
that, right?
You were talking about evidence for the globe. So I'm asking very specifically, what type of data or measurement would you accept?
I would accept a single image of sinking refraction. Now, MC Toon, you are in the full privilege to show me exactly what I need.
Let's be clear. You said you were waiting for measurements or data for the globe. I said, what would you accept?
Yeah, I know you don't have any of that, so I'm not going to put that burden on you.
I said, what measurements or data would you accept for the globe? And you answered in a photograph of something else. Could you just be very specific and answer the very specific question? What evidence or for data or measurements of the globe would you accept? Deflect to admit that you will hand wave dismiss everything. Go ahead.
Okay, so you say you have the data?
You deflected. Thank you for admitting.
I want the data. I want the evidence.
I'm asking specifically.
I'm out here looking for it, man. I've been doing it for a long time now.
Will you
show me the data?
What will you accept?
Show me anything.
What
you have anything?
Will you accept?
You got a pressure measurement? You got a temperature measurement? You got a distance? You got anything?
Of what?
Where is the tilt?
What do you mean a pressure
Where's
measurement?
the tilt? Yeah, because when you're talking about refraction, aka things at a distance, you're going to have this data. And I know as well as you know,
oh my gosh,
you don't have any of that stuff. You're just going to say, look, there's Earth curvature. And I'm going to remind you,
come back
where's
to
the data?
Come back.
You know?
What specific data of Earth curvature would you accept?
If you're going to say, listen, I posted you the window.
You're not answering the question, are you? You're deflecting immediately. What specific
I'm deflecting.
data
You know
would
why
accept?
I'm deflecting? Because I'm deflecting this whole rhetorical conversation for the sake
I'm not
of
being
evidence.
rhetorical. I'm
Do
being
you have any
100%. Absolutely.
Give me any evidence.
What? I'm being 100% non-rhetorical. What evidence would you accept?
Any evidence.
Specifically, what would you accept? Would you accept
specifically anything you got?
Measurement
I'm begging out here now.
Of the curvature.
You got me begging.
Would you accept measurement of the curvature of the surface of water?
Show me the measurements. Yeah.
Would you accept measurement of the curvature of the surface of water? That's a yes or no question. Will you accept it?
If you have it, let's look at it. Let's take a look.
I want to hear a yes or no. Will you accept?
I'm not going to tell you this or that. I'm going to say, if you have it,
so
let's look at it. That's the whole point
so you're
of
just going to hand wave dismiss.
Globe Earth investigation is that I don't think you guys have anything.
You pre-reject everything.
And you're talking to me about a hypothetical this and that.
It's not a hypothetical.
Look at it.
I have actual measurements, and I just want to pin you down to embarrass you when I present them, and then you break your own standard of evidence again in front
this ought to be good.
500
really...
people. So,
okay, this in your mind
one
is
more
proof
time.
Of what?
Will you accept measurements of the curvature of the surface of water?
Are you going to post them?
As soon as you say yes, you will, then I'll post them.
I don't just blindly accept things that you haven't posted
so
anything.
you won't
like, you're just
them.
Expecting, like, this is like,
So
you know,
you
MC,
won't.
this is like
Thank
me
you.
saying, will you accept
Thank
the earth
you.
is flat when I show you this thing that I haven't showed you yet?
Thank you for
like,
definitely...
why would you even say, yeah, like, what? Are you kidding me? I'm not going to accept anything. You just have to show me.
Of course you're not going to accept
anything.
anything. We know that you use the anti-scientific method. I just posted it for you.
Oh, I don't like, I don't like science. I'm anti-science.
Yeah, you use the anti-scientific method.
Science is for cowards that don't know how to understand anything.
Well, a little bit earlier you were talking up science, so you're a little confusing yourself there. So number 1, you will select the required conclusion. Number 2, you will only accept supporting evidence. Number 3, you will reject all contradicting evidence, and then you will declare that your pre-selected conclusion was undeniably proven. That's what you'll do.
MC
I-
Toon, let's look at your little meme here. Let's check this meme out.
It's on screen right now.
You know you can have evidence for
400.
anything.
450 people are looking at the meme right now.
Do you okay? What isn't there evidence for? The
Flat Earth.
globe?
There's no evidence for
no,
flat
I
Earth.
beat you to it. Sorry, no.
Zero
There's no
evidence
evidence
for
for
flat
the globe. But even if there were, you can have evidence for anything. The idea in and of itself is evidence of the idea. Like, so you can say that there's
What the hell
ponies
is that?
on fucking Jupiter, right? And I'll be like, yeah, you probably can say whatever. Evidence doesn't necessitate proof. You can have evidence for anything.
Yeah, I didn't say proof. So Dave Kircher is wondering. He has a few goalposts moved. That need to be moved? Do you have a business card?
He's buying what I'm selling. Oh,
Well,
man,
he's
don't flatter me. Don't flatter me.
He's
on
buying.
that one, bro.
He's in the market for moving goalposts and having somebody move them. So it sounds like you have a strong back for moving goalposts.
Well, a lot of Globers don't know how to do certain things, so I'm not surprised he needs help.
Yeah,
a lot of
all right.
Globers need help.
All right, so
You didn't have to tell me that one, McDude. I think that I agree.
right.
I think they need all the help they can get.
all right, so you won't accept any evidence. So why would I even present it? You've already pre-declared that you won't accept it.
No, you can have evidence for anything. That's my whole point. You can have evidence for literally whatever you want.
You were sitting here pretending like you've been looking for evidence for the globe, and when I asked you something specific, you pre-rejected it. You see the problem
you
there?
seem to think evidence
I
is proof.
see the problem. I didn't. No, I never said that. Don't put
You're
words in my
saying
mouth.
I'm an evidence believer, and you're saying, look, here's
I
all
never-
the reasons why I believe this and that. I'm saying, okay, well, in your mind, that might justify some sort of proof, but to me, I got higher standards than that, bro.
Your standards.
So,
we've
the things
already
you
gone
try to
over your
pass off
standard.
as proof, I don't accept.
Your
No.
standard is reject
Raise your
everything that you
standard.
don't like. That's your evidence is that you will reject everything you don't like.
Don't you do the
I
same?
got it. No, I analyze it. I look at the actual evidence and I analyze it.
Okay, you have.
For example,
analyze this.
The
Analyze
photograph that you posted when I analyzed it was showing the curvature of the
What
Earth.
do you mean you analyzed it? What does that mean?
Sierra Echo says
What
you
does
have
that even mean?
absolutely no standards. Absolutely.
No, I'm saying raise your standards.
All right,
Globers
Gregory.
have no standards.
Gregory, I think I've demolished Sincleanserr long enough, and he's run away
Oh,
over
my
and
God.
over and over.
You know what?
again.
Hold on,
So,
hold on. Let
You're
me
ready
just,
to open
before
it
we
up?
wrap this up, because I think we are done. But let me wrap this up
you
with one
definitely
final
are.
game-winning point.
I've burnt you to a crisp. Go
I
ahead.
want to just remind your whole audience that you never showed me sinking refraction. So case closed. Not a single Glober's ever done it, so I wasn't going to
Tell you what,
expect
you know what
to
I'm gonna
it.
do?
But you're just another Glober that hasn't ever shown me sinking refraction.
I actually
So,
have it. Hold
case
on a second.
closed.
He barely even showed.
He
30
didn't have
minutes
any
late.
evidence for anything.
How-
He just got a lot of claims.
Hey, he showed up 30 minutes late. How early are you gonna leave again? Goodbye.
Which is on it
Nice
again.
knowing you.
All
Nice
right.
knowing you, nerd.
I think we need to release D-Mock and Gregory. Let's do the right thing.
All right. Yeah, go ahead. This will be funny.
Go.
All right. You go ahead. Let's see.
D-Mock, stop running from me, bitch. Stop your running.
All right. I'll let's see. Gregory, you're
Hey,
unmuted.
stop your running from me, dog. I told you many times on the damn Discord. Come at me.
Hey, you
Why
don't
you
say
scared?
D-Mock
That's
doesn't
what I
run
mean.
from
Why
anybody.
You scared? Stop being scared of me, man.
I hear King Crew.
Stop being so scared, bro.
Hey, is King
It's
Crew one of,
okay.
hey, MC Tune, is
It's
King Crew
okay.
is King Crew one of your guys, MC?
Yeah, he's good. I met him last year in
There
Florida.
you go again with your bullshit.
All right. All
Uh-oh.
right.
We got them all riled up now.
All right. I
There you
don't
go.
have D-Mock is still muted for me, but Gregory, go ahead. Anything?
I suppose it's an idea. So what we have so far is what? We have the supposed appeal to things in the distance, for instance, windmills tilting at some sort of supposed degree of tilt. How was this ascertained?
I don't know. Sincleanserr made the claim, not me.
So you didn't assert that things in the distance tilt over the curve of the horizon. Is that correct?
Yeah, I didn't defend any
I,
tilt.
I didn't make any assertions about that. He did.
No, I
So
was
you
just
didn't-
I was putting that out there, like Gregory. This is what I was saying to be true about it. I don't see any tilt. That was my whole argument.
Yeah. So you weren't saying that about what you supposedly did in the airplane, McToon?
What did that have to do with tilt?
You mentioned it. You said you went to an airplane, you got an app on your phone,
Yeah.
you did the calibrations,
Yes.
and you supposedly detected tilt
No.
with the theodolite application on your phone in the plane.
Drop. Not tilt.
What did you do?
I
He
measured
never
the,
said tilt.
I measured the drop of the horizon, not the tilt.
The drop of the horizon.
Yes.
So you look out at
Gregory.
the distance.
Gregory,
You look-
how is the moon?
Lord have mercy. Oh, here we go.
I was just asking you, in the picture that Mike posted, how is the moon below eye level?
I don't recognize the picture you're talking about, so rather than distracted from my point. So
I'll put it back in there for you so you can look at it. It's the
So
There you
concerning what you did do that you told us that you did, McToon,
yes.
you say you observed drop. When you say you observed drop, did you say do you mean to say that you are observing the curvature of the Earth?
I'll be specific. I measured the drop from eye level of the horizon. In the photograph.
When you say
that I-
drop, I'm trying to understand what you mean. Because do you mean the curvature of the Earth, or do you mean objects that seem to be obstructed by the supposed curvature of the Earth? What do you mean by drop?
I mean the angular difference between eye level and the edge of the horizon.
Okay, so how does that get you to the conclusion that the Earth is a ball?
Because if the Earth were flat, there's a certain amount that's necessary, depending on your view of the Earth. If the Earth is a Gleason map style versus an infinite plane, but both of those, the amount of angular drop would be less than 1/10 of a degree. But I measured more than 3 degrees.
Wait, what? Wait a minute. The amount is necessary for what?
For flat Earth, the amount of angular drop is no more than 0.1 degrees, depending on your particular flavor of flat Earth that you subscribe to.
Flavor.
Degrees of how we would observe it?
Degrees of angular drop from eye level.
But we don't perceive the world in two-dimensional Euclidean geometry.
But an angle measurement can do that. Absolutely.
No.
Tilts. We're looking
You're
for the
measuring
tilt.
things as they are, as opposed to ocular perception.
It wasn't with an eye, it was with an application that was designed specifically to measure angles.
Right, you're measuring angles. So when you measure that angle, you had a flat baseline, right?
No. Had nothing to do with the baseline. It didn't measure anything. It had no indication of what the baseline was shaped like. In fact, I was over the Yukon Territory. It was very mountainous. Nothing about it was flat.
You said you measured angles. So you have the object in the distance, then you have your location, and then you have the surface of the Earth, correct?
The edge
Gregory,
of the Earth.
angles don't have baselines. Triangles have baselines. Hey, Denmark, be quiet.
And when you have an angle that's within a triangle, correct?
No, there's one angle, not 3. A triangle
Gregory.
requires 3 angles. This was one angle, so it would
An
be
object
called
with one angle.
It would be called an unangle, not a triangle. Unangle, one.
Denmark, go away. Gregory,
What object has one angle?
The angle
An
that
angle
I measured. I measured
What
the angle.
polygon has one angle?
It's not a polygon. It's just one angle.
How do you
Like
have an
they're
angle
opposed
in a
to you.
vacuum? Like, how do you have angle just itself?
It's not hard to do. I don't know why.
You have
this
no
is a
other
challenge
objects
for you.
involved to measure the angle in relation to other objects.
Correct. Yeah, you can measure an angle between 2 points. That's all it is. There's not.
an angle
Why is
An
this
angle
hard?
is a vertex. An angle is a vertex and 2
2
lines.
points.
2
No,
lines.
no, 1 point and 2 rays. That's an angle.
This
Don't
is
you
an
need
art.
at least 2 lines to have an angle?
That's
No,
what she.
you
That's
need-
what. Oh my gosh, that's what Brenda just said. 2 lines,
Oh, she
1
didn't.
vertex. 2 lines, 1 vertex.
Okay. So I have line number 1 and line number 2, and one of these points at both of these lines are intersecting. I would, in principle, have
That's
3 points.
No, they don't
Oh my
intersect except at the vertex, Gregory.
Why
I
is
know
it
that.
difficult?
That's what I just said.
This is literally elementary school.
No,
angles.
rather than insisting on condescending to me.
No, I am
I know
condescending
full
to
and
you because
well
you're
what I'm
so
talking about.
incredibly backwards on this.
No,
It's
no,
one
rather
angle.
than condescending
There's
to me,
only-
thinking
no,
that you're going
I
to
will
do this game, that you try to
100%
insult everyone's
talk down to you
intelligence
like a little
with this
child.
ridiculous
You are
condescending
not
talking
smart
down
enough
to
to
me.
understand
And now
this
we need
topic.
censure because
This topic
his tactic
is
is,
way,
let
way
me start
beyond
interrupting
you.
Gregory
You are
and start
so
talking down to him
incredibly
when I'm trying to get clear
uneducated
his
on this
position,
topic.
and he's going to
It's
continue to
really
try and do
simple to
this
understand.
ridiculous
It's one
garbage,
angle,
which is why
one
people
angle,
despise people
not a
like
triangle.
Steve.
One single angle.
We need censure
One
now.
single angle, not 3 points.
We need
one
censure
angle.
now. He's
Go
not going to
ahead.
talk to
I
me.
will
He's not going to talk to me. I'm
I
not
will
moving from this point.
gladly censure.
Not moving from.
There we go. I censured you. So I don't know why Gregory is so incredibly stupid that he can't understand one angle has one angle. How is that hard? It's not. It's literally taught in elementary school.
Well, it's because Nathan has pounded it into their heads that an angle of elevation requires a baseline, which is false, of course.
Of course.
Yes.
You can measure an angle between any 2 points. That's it. You don't know the other 2 points. It doesn't have to make a triangle. There you go. Gustinator made one. There you go. How's that hard? It's not hard. It's really simple. Poor Gregory, he's too stupid to understand. That's your fault, Gregory. Maybe you should pay attention next time you take a school class.
I mean, this is like literally kindergarten stuff. I mean, just
well, maybe not
absolutely-
kindergarten, but
maybe
you know,
not.
You can in elementary school. In elementary school, you're given a protractor, or you could call it an angleometer if you want. I have one here in my hand, and you can measure an angle with it. One angle. You don't measure 3 angles with a protractor. You measure 1 angle.
Okay, so rather than condescending to me,
I will
because you have to
100%
condescend to
to
me,
you because you're so
rather
stupid.
than
You are so
simply
incredibly
listening to what I have
stupid,
to
Gregory.
say.
You're too dumb to understand this
So
topic.
now we're going to be
You
stuck
are-
here
Yes.
because you
Yes.
insist on condescending to me. And
Oh, there we go. Okay. So I muted him for myself. I will 100% condescend to you because you're too stupid to understand this topic. It's dumb to go around in circles on an elementary school geometry. So I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to let you embarrass yourself on your own time. So anyway, yeah, I mean, how hard is this? JJ Hulk just posted one. This is so incredibly stupid. You deserve nothing,
Hey,
Gregory.
McToon, shut up for a second.
Why? Why should I? What?
Well, you could go to Nathan. Yeah, you could go to
Hey,
Nathan
McToon,
and
hey,
talk
hey,
to all 120
before
of
you
his
start
viewers.
saying anything more retarded, how about you let him finish?
Oh, I muted. I can't hear him talk.
Well, wait. Before you start muting people and running away from the conversation, why don't you let him finish? Are you afraid of what he's about to say?
I already heard him say it, and and everybody in here has already destroyed him.
Why don't you let him satisfy the conversation, dude? What's the problem, dude?
All right, I'll let him. Let's hear what he has to say, and then we'll move on from that. Go ahead, Gregory.
it's really suspect that my position
idiocy.
is just so simple-minded, but he just has to talk through me. So what I was trying to finish saying, yes. So what I was trying to finish saying was that he's measuring supposed angles, some vague task that he's trying to complete, where he's using a theodolite application on his phone, and he's in the plane, and he's measuring supposed drop. I'm trying to specify what he means by the term drop. I think he means the curvature of the Earth dropping away, right? And so when he measures angles, right, that requires at least 2 lines intersecting at one of the at either end, right? Lines are involved, not curved lines,
that's not-
straight lines.
That's not how you measure that, Gregory. You don't. The lines don't intersect at the object in the distance. You idiot.
Well said.
So when you measure angles, you don't have, in principle, lines intersecting at a point.
Nope, they don't have to.
That doesn't make any sense.
They can be tangent to a surface.
They're tangent to a surface,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
So
that's
you're going to
not hard.
conflate the difference between the concrete entities trying to be measured in real life as opposed to the in principle lines that correspond to a triangle or at least two lines intersecting at one of the 2 points of the line. You're going to conflate these two, but I'm the simple-minded one?
Yes,
I
you
have,
are.
right?
Yeah. So I posted a video
so
of myself.
The lines in
Oh,
the
I
triangle,
don't
when
get to
measuring
talk
the
then.
angle, are supposed to be, in principle, representative of the distance between all the objects involved.
No, the angle, not the distance.
No,
Angle,
the
not
points
distance.
at the lines
Angle.
don't represent the
Angle.
objects in real life
You said
of which
distance.
you're measuring the angles between.
I said angle. You said distance.
Yeah, I said angle between the lines, right?
You said distance.
The lines in the triangle, in principle, do
There's no
in
triangle.
principle represent the distance relationship between all the objects involved.
But there's no triangle.
Yeah,
It's one
This
angle.
doesn't make any sense. This
It's
is
a-
asinine.
I get it. It's hard for you to understand, but it's one angle, not
Yeah, so
not
explain to me how you don't have any lines involved and
There's
how
two
the
lines.
points at the lines don't connect when you're
Yeah.
measuring angles.
Two
Explain that
lines.
to me.
2 lines, 1 angle. Not hard. 2 lines, 1 angle.
Explain to me how you do it, the process. What did you do?
I posted a video of me doing it in my office.
No,
on
not
the-
post a video. Say it here.
Oh, well, what you do is you line up the edge of the sphere with one of the sides of the angle, one of the lines, and then the other thing would be the horizon. Or sorry, that's the horizon. The other would be eye level, which the Theodolite app gives me. So all I did was measure the dip from eye level. That's it. It is not a triangle. It is a single angle with 2 lines. Not hard. Super easy.
So your height above the ground, and then the object in the distance,
No height.
and then the point below your altitude,
No
that
height
wouldn't make
involved.
3 points of a triangle?
No height involved. I didn't measure anything related to my elevation when I measured that angle.
So how do you know that the angle measurement is accurate? And how do you know that this is happening over the curvature of the Earth?
I know that the angle measurement is accurate because the angle measurement device that I was using is accurate to 1/100th of a degree, and I had calibrated it the day before, and it outputs in 1/10 of a degree. So it's 10 times more sensitive than necessary. That's how I know that it's accurate.
So you don't realize you're presupposing that you are existing above the surface of a ball in this
Oh,
whole entire appeal.
No, not at all. I measured the angle to the horizon. There's no presupposing of anything to just go measure the
What's the
angle to
horizon?
It is
What
the
is a
edge-
horizon?
It's the edge of what we see. And so when we're looking at this, I was testing. I was doing
Begging
a
the question.
hypothesis. I did a
No,
hypothesis.
no, you're not being
I-
honest with
sorry,
the
I
actual
was-
observations
I
that
was
we actually
talking.
have
I was
of what the
talking,
horizon
Gregory.
is.
I was talking. You won't let me
No,
talk?
you
won't let me
don't
talk? You won't let me
see
talk? You
curvature
won't let me-
of the
Why
Earth.
won't you let me talk?
That's not what you see.
Why won't you let me talk? You won't let me talk? Why won't you let me talk?
That's
All right?
not what
Why
you
won't
see.
you let me talk? You're not letting me talk. Why won't you let me?
Because
And you're begging me to unmute
You're
you?
not being honest with what you
no.
actually
Oh
see.
no! Oh no! You won't let me talk. Okay, so now I server muted you again since you won't let me talk. The hypothesis is whether or not we're testing whether or not the Earth is flat. So one hypothesis is that if the Earth is flat, the horizon must rise to eye level. The other hypothesis I was testing was if the Earth is a sphere, the horizon must dip as we increase in angular or in linear elevation. So when I tested this, both hypotheses were tested. And since I measured that there was a significant dip to the horizon, I falsified the flat Earth and I supported the globe Earth. All right, you go ahead and talk now.
Your ridiculous definition of the horizon is presupposing that you live on a ball. You're not being honest with what the horizon actually is as you've seen it your entire life. The horizon is simply the ocular perception
you're
of the
presupposing
sky
things.
meeting the earth.
You're asserting things that you're just presupposing.
No, I'm not presupposing anything.
You did the exact
I'm
thing that
exposing
you
your
accused
presupposition
me-
and your definition
You're
of horizon.
accusing me of doing that, and you did it
No,
yourself.
I'm not doing
You are
anything. I didn't
absolutely
presuppose anything of what I just
100%
said.
presupposing
I didn't
things.
presuppose anything of what I just said.
You're presupposing
I didn't
everything.
presuppose
well,
anything of what I
that's all
just
you
said.
did. That's all you have. Is you say that I can't
No,
presuppose.
I didn't presuppose
then you
anything in what I just
presupposed.
said.
That's all you have.
I'm not
Gregory,
moving from this
I
point.
get it. Got it.
I'm not moving from this point. So
all right,
you're going to keep running your mouth and talking through me,
All
or
right.
you're going to.
There we go. All right, people, thank you very much. Gregory has destroyed Flat Earth again. So
you measure an angle.
This
to
keeps
something
muting me,
below you.
thinking that it's going to work. So I'm not done with what I was trying to say. So the horizon is
you're
not
done.
yeah,
the
I mean,
edge of a curve.
you've asserted.
The horizon is not the edge of a curve. Now you have
So
to
you
continue
have
talking through
asserted.
me because you can't actually engage with what I'm trying to say. Right?
No one
So what
cares
I'm
what to say.
going to
You're
finish
done.
saying. So what I'm
No one
going to
cares.
finish saying, right?
No
I'm
one
going to
cares.
finish the sentence.
No one cares.
Right?
All right, hurry
I'm
up.
not going to move
Chop,
from this
chop.
point until
Hurry
I'm
up.
done finished with this sentence. So
Chop.
just stop talking.
Hurry up, Tony.
Right? So as I'm trying to finish the sentence, it's very easy. You are presupposing that you live on a ball when you define horizon as the tangent curve of the ball, when that's not what you observe. What you observe is an ocular perception of the sky meeting the earth. That's what you see. You don't actually see curvature. So he's going to keep on with these silly little interjections with a very cogent and slowly and articulately articulated point about
First
what the
of all,
horizon actually
it's King Crew
is.
talking to you. It ain't McToon.
I know it's King Crew, so you can shut up,
Gregory.
King Crew.
Gregory, what would be a non-ocular observation?
What does that have to do with my point? What do you think? What do you think you're getting at with that question?
What is
Of course, observation is ocular.
Yeah, so then why do you say it?
Okay, so that's no refutation to me, Brenda.
It shows.
Did I ever deny that observation is not made with the eyes?
You said
So
an
what
ocular-
point do you think you're getting at?
Mine was taken
You
with
said
a
an
camera,
ocular
not with an
observation.
eye.
What's a non-ocular one?
I said ocular perception, Brenda. How about you listen?
What's a non-ocular?
Not all perception is ocular, Brenda. You have other senses. Did you know that?
What's a non-ocular
Did you know that?
perception?
Yeah, Brenda, you're not pointing out any point. You're literally just misquoting what I said. That's all you explained. That's all you demonstrated. I didn't say ocular observation.
gosh.
Be quiet.
All
Freaking
right.
idiot.
Are you
So,
done
as I
shooting
was
yourself in the foot?
almost done,
All right.
almost there, McToon.
Finish
Almost
shooting yourself
there.
in the foot. Got it. Okay, go ahead.
Uh-huh.
Finish
Right. Didn't say ocular observation. Didn't say something as silly and redundant as that. No, I said ocular perception. Specifying what category position I'm making reference to. So, you beg the question in your definition of horizon. You beg the question in your definition of horizon. So, of course, when you think that you make mention of the horizon, talking about the empirical phenomenon of you living on a sphere, and that's not actually what you empirically detect. What you empirically detect is that the horizon is just the ocular perception of the sky meeting the earth. So, appealing to the horizon and the supposed angle of drop to the horizon does nothing to demonstrate that this is being done upon the surface of a ball. The appeal fails. Next argument.
All right, you totally missed that I made a hypothesis, and you completely ignored the hypothesis that I made. The two different hypotheses that I made, in fact. If the Earth is a sphere, this is the hypothesis, then the horizon must drop with increasing elevation. If the Earth is flat, then the horizon must not. It must remain at eye level. This was my experiment. When you do an experiment, you can do whatever you want for the hypothesis as long as it's testable. These are testable hypotheses. I tested them, and I falsified the flat Earth hypothesis and supported the globe Earth hypothesis. I get to do that because in an experiment, you can have the hypothesis be whatever.
No, your hypothetical you erroneously ascribe to the flat Earth is unjustifiable. It is not the case that that if the Earth was flat, that the horizon would always stay at eye level because the extremities of the Earth are finite.
Maybe you can provide
you don't see
proper.
forever.
Yeah, you could provide the actual prediction for flat Earth. Then what would it be? How would we know?
It's what the hell? It's a basic dichotomy. Either it will or will not always rise with eye level.
Right,
I just denied and exposed that your presupposition about the supposed hypothetical phenomenon that would happen if we were observing the distance over a flat horizon is unjustifiable. So the only other option, via logical deduction, is that it would eventually go under eye level.
All right, I'm sorry.
If you go high enough.
You didn't like my hypothesis for flat Earth, so I asked you to provide the hypothesis for flat Earth,
did it.
And you did not.
I did.
We'll say it again then,
just
for clarity. What would the hypothesis?
Once again, why you got my boys all riled up like
What's
this,
the hypothesis for flat Earth?
So I'll say it again. All right, you suppose that if we were above a flat surface of the Earth, that the horizon would always stay at eye level no matter how high you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't follow, especially given that we don't see forever and the Earth is finite in its dimensions in extending in space. So eventually you get high enough, you will see the horizon not be at eye level.
How high and how much?
Don't know.
So you don't know. So you cannot fathom a hypothesis for flat Earth. You can't produce one.
I just said the hypothesis. I just don't know exactly the height
you didn't.
quantity.
You didn't actually. It's not testable.
At which we would see the the horizon fall below eye level.
There's actually no requirement that he needs to give you any sort of number value. There's no requirement
it needs to be testable. A hypothesis needs to be
testable
testable.
Doesn't require you put a number on everything that you think about. Like,
right. When you don't test it, you go out and go up above the Earth.
So you're saying that the horizon should drop from eye level on flat Earth. How does that happen? Can you provide the physical
at
empirical evidence for
I don't know at what height that would happen.
How?
Hold on. No,
why would it drop?
This is actually a really old school flat Earth.
Why would it drop? Yeah, Samuel Rowbottom said it in 1861 in his book.
So, no. But what I'm saying is that you can be a flat earther and the horizon. See, I don't know where people got this from. Maybe it was Eric Dubay or something. But there's no requirement for flat earthers to accept that the horizon goes to eye level. I don't know who told them that.
Rowbottom.
I don't know where they get that.
1861. William Carpenter put it in his book too. That's where they got it from.
So what?
You're just telling me stories.
So you said you don't know where they got it from. I'm answering you. That's where they got it from.
No, I think they got it from. I think they got it from Eric Dubay or something.
Dubay read off William Carpenter's book and added his own selection.
That's an ancillary point. That's an ancillary point. It's fine. It's fine. Whoever said it.
So describe to me the geometry.
So you repeating an unjustified premise doesn't justify it.
Explain to me the geometry for how the horizon would drop on flat Earth.
For how?
I can do it if you don't want to, Gregor. I can take this one. It's pretty easy.
Sure, but he's pressing me on this. He expects me to give him. I just have to address this in this way. He's pressing me to give him some mathematical figures, so as to then make me say, "Well, I don't have those figures, therefore my position is unjustifiable." No, it's still geometrically and logically valid what I'm saying, regardless of figures. In fact, when you demand that I go out and do some testing, or as it were, go get some measurements, then I'm not going to have those figures before I do the fucking measurements. I'm going to have those after I do the measurements.
Oh, you don't know how to do a hypothesis? How to do actual science?
You didn't ask for that. You make up your mind.
I asked
You're
for the
asking
hypothesis.
me for testing. Now you're asking me for a hypothesis.
I specifically asked you for the hypothesis for the horizon for flat Earth, and you can't provide anything testable. You just say, "Oh, it should drop." Why would it drop? You didn't explain it. You said
testing
what? How would a horizon on flat Earth drop? How would it happen? How would it work? Explain how it works.
The same laws of physics that applies to a globe Earth. You act like we have different laws of physics.
Oh, the geometry is dramatically different. So I'm just waiting for you to provide the
right. There's different objects involved. There's different polygons involved. Still same laws of motion.
There's no motion. It
is motion.
Dude, hold on, Gregory. Don't let him animate you like this. This guy has
nothing.
I'm fine.
So answer for him.
We got to remind ourselves, as flat earthers, we have everything to our advantage.
I'm not losing control. I'm just loud. That's all.
Come on.
No, but you're letting him animate you.
Tag in.
This guy is a
No, I just don't
professional at
talk like
trying
I'm
to-
half asleep. That's all. I'm
Come on,
fine.
tag in Sincleanserr. He needs somebody to explain how the geometry of flat Earth suggests that the horizon should drop.
Yeah, and this is about as old as it gets. This
You're
argument
talking about geometry, but you're hopping back and forth between two different questions, two different demands. You can never make up your mind. You asked me about testing, and you asked me about how this would happen.
Yeah, you
to ask
fucked
me
up,
how
McToon.
this
You
would
got him
happen
riled up,
is
man.
about
I did.
motion.
I know.
It's about the operation of physics.
Come on, tag him in. Tag in.
If you're talking
Sincleanserr.
about geometry, then you're
No,
just
I
talking
gotta
about
I gotta let
mathematical
this guy go.
validity. That's all you're talking about. So,
All right. I'm
make
ready.
up your mind.
I got
Do
my
you want to
protractor.
talk about geometric principles, or do you want to talk about actionable testing?
Geometric principles. Provide me
Okay,
the
so then
geometric
you're not talking about
explanation.
testing,
Provide
and
me
you're not
the.
talking about how.
All right, I
right?
answered your question and you went on again. I specifically answered your question. Don't go backwards, okay? So specifically describe to me the geometry for how flat Earth would have a horizon drop.
What
I
else
can
do you
tell
want me
that
to
very
say?
easy- I can tell you
You
that very easily.
arise above the surface of the earth. You
I've-
keep rising until you see the horizon go below eye level.
And I'm just waiting for
And
the
then you
geometry.
could go out of your way to measure your height above the surface of the
I'm
earth
just waiting for
and
the
the
geometry.
angle toward the horizon.
Just the geometry. Can you send the geometry?
Hold on,
Explain the
MC Toon,
geometry.
can I try this one out with you?
Yeah,
Because
I'm asking you to
for the
tap in.
longest,
To tag
yeah,
in.
for the longest, I've
needs
always
it.
championed this simple argument for flat Earth. I was like, I don't necessarily think that the horizon will come to eye level. Like, I was always suspicious of where they get that idea from, but let's just rationalize it in a very conducive way for all of us here to understand.
I'm just going to acknowledge that I gave him what he asked for. He
You
just
didn't
pretends
give
as though
me-
I didn't.
You gave me nothing. You just said it will. That's all you gave
What
me.
exactly are you looking for?
I'm asking for the
Okay,
specific
round three.
geometry. I have my protractor. I've got my ruler.
I haven't
got-
done the fucking
I-
test yet, you moron.
No, there's
so
no
of course I
test.
don't have any figures to give you.
There's no. I'm asking for the hypothesis and the geometry. You claimed that on flat Earth the horizon
Again,
should
you're going to
drop.
repeat the question.
And I'm asking
go ahead,
you to
repeat the question.
explain
Go ahead,
how
repeat
it
the question
could
again.
drop. How could it drop? What's the
This is
geometry?
one of your tactics. You're going to repeat the
What's-
question.
Yeah, because
and
I'm
answer it.
embarrassing
So go ahead, say it
you.
again.
I'm exposing that you
Get
can't
it all
even
out of your
answer.
system.
So go ahead. What is
Question again.
What is the
Mic check.
geometry?
Can you hear me? McToon, can you just remind me real quick? How do you get an elevation angle?
You just measure.
That's
it
a
with-
good one. That's a great
yeah.
one.
You just measure it with the
You just do
theodolite
it.
app.
With
Right.
But he
I-
wants to press
theodolite
me about
app.
geometry, though.
I posted
and he
the
gives
video
him
for
that answer.
Here's
I'll
how
post
you
the
do
video.
it, Hammer. You just
Here.
do it, man.
Here-
You just,
here's the-
Did you just say you do it with a
go
theodolite
for it.
app? Was that your answer?
Yes, use the
McToon?
theodolite app on your phone. It's pretty easy.
Now, how do you actually get an elevation?
That's an appeal to
angle?
my
Let's be
cell
like-
phone
I
fallacy.
just posted a video again of myself doing the actual measurement of an elevation angle using my phone.
So you posted a video. That's nice. Why don't you just explain it for
I-
the audience that's
Oh,
sitting here
certainly.
listening right now?
What you do
so
is
that
you
they don't
fire
have to
up-
go and listen to the
Certainly,
video that
certainly.
you're posting.
I'll
Thank
do
you,
it.
sir.
You fire up the theodolite app. There's crosshairs on it. You match it up to one thing, you note the angle. You match it up to another thing, you note the angle, and then you know the angular distance between them. That's it.
So you're skipping over some stuff here. You seem
Oh,
to
what?
be very vague in your description. You're talking about you point to one thing and another thing. It sounds like are you setting up straight lines there or something like that? Is that what you're
No.
what you're trying to avoid?
He will never say that to you.
What
Come
what
on,
you
Hammer.
do? I'll
I mean, it
explain
just seems very vague.
I'll
You're just
use-
like turn on this app, and you got the theodolite here, and you got one thing here, and one here,
have
and you
you-
got an angle, guys. Hey, and it's
Have
a
you
curved
never
Earth.
used a cell phone before, like these new smartphones? Have you never used
Boomer
one of
moment.
these?
Boomer moment.
Seriously, it's not hard. You download the app called Theodolite if you're on an iPhone, or if you're on an Android, it's Dioptra.
Are you telling me that elevation angles were never measured before the theodolite app on a smartphone was
You asked
created,
me
sir?
how I did it. I'm answering the question how I did it. There's many other ways to do it, but this is how I did it.
It's a vertical
tapped-
drop.
You know how he proved the globe? He
that
downloaded
seems-
an app.
Seems rather.
Oh
So
my
there you go.
goodness.
Sierra
Here's
Echo.
what we're up to.
So
these
even the
days,
Sierra
app,
Echo.
so
gentlemen.
even the app has like the
How
principle
did I prove
of
the
how
globe?
you actually
Hammer, I
do
downloaded
it,
an app.
You know what I mean?
So,
I just
all right.
downloaded
So
the app.
That's like saying,
You-
oh, well,
you
how
wanted
did you
me-
add
hold
2
on.
plus 2? Well, I downloaded the calculator app and
Oh
it
my
did
gosh.
The app
2
told me
plus
this.
2
You
for
can
me.
do it too.
Like
You
I
can
have
download
no
it.
idea of the principle of 2 plus 2 and how it works.
I believe
just
you.
Downloaded the app.
I believe
and
you.
Pushed the numbers. Bop 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 bop, and
Just
it worked.
download
That's
the app,
basically what
Hammer.
you
Don't
just
get
told
all
me,
pissed.
MC
Don't
Tune.
get all weirded out.
My
You
Just
guys
download
are
the app, man.
I'm
screwing
sorry, I'm not trying to
yourselves.
get heated.
I love it. I love it.
No,
So
Hammer.
I'll explain it in
Does that
simpler
not
words.
make sense? Is that not accurate?
MC
I will-
Tune, you
I will
literally
gladly
just said I
explain
downloaded the app,
using
man. You
smaller
literally
words
just said
for
that.
you. All right, I'll
Am
try
I,
to do it
am
with
I
smaller. Are you
strawmanning
ready?
him in any way? Am
Are
I,
you
like,
ready? Are you
it's
ready? You'll have to
ridiculous.
stop talking for me to explain it to you in smaller words.
Well, I know it's hard for you to
All right,
accept
all
that
right.
maybe
You're gonna
other
have to
people
stop
are
talking
speaking, but
in order for me to explain it to you in
I would-
smaller words. Are you ready? Are you ready to listen?
no, I wasn't.
Down
Because I was in the
load
middle
the
of
app.
speaking to Sincleanserr at the time. I know you like to
All
get
right,
your
good,
verbal
good, good.
diarrhea out first and whatever, so I allowed you to do it. But I was in the middle of speaking to Sincleanserr as you were doing all
Oh,
that.
got
Thank
it.
you.
MC Tune, you got to admit, you got a lot of people coming at you tonight, man.
And you guys
Left,
are
right,
embarrassing
upside
Flat Earth
down.
every single time. I love it.
Well, you
I'm
know,
listening, Nicktoon. I'm not hearing the globe.
yeah, I'm not hearing any evidence, no data.
You won't let
And
me
just
talk.
remind us again, does that app
You won't
use
let me
curve
talk.
or straight lines to measure those angles?
From the viewer to the edge of the thing, whatever you're viewing is straight. Yeah. Why is that a
Straight
problem?
lines. Thank you, sir.
Why is that a problem?
Straight, about as straight as it gets, straight as an arrow.
Did
So
I
it's
did
a
I hear
vertical
him
drop,
say
right?
edge? Welcome to Flat Earth, Nicktoon.
The edge of the globe? That doesn't help you.
There's no edge on a globe, McToon.
All right. Harp is asking, why are there straight
And
lines?
you could never get an elevation angle from a curved baseline, correct?
Wait,
My
why
gosh,
did you say
guys?
harp?
You guys
Harp here?
suck at geometry so hard. I love.
Oh,
I
Harp's in the
love
chat.
how bad you are
Oh.
at geometry. It's hilarious. You
MC10,
really-
you know what? You haven't
Why is
really
that?
provided anything.
Why is that, McToon?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
kind of unsettling at this point. Like,
well, I would.
we
but nobody will let
expected
me
you
talk.
to bring the best. of the
Nobody will let me
best.
talk. I would gladly, if you want me to actually explain it, I will. But
MC2,
you'll all
you
have
owe
to
it to
stop
us at
talking.
this point.
You will all have to stop talking
I
while
don't
I
know if he
explain
will,
it.
though. I don't think he wants to.
I think he wants to explain the globe. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's hear it.
Oh my gosh! All right.
Been ready all night. Let's hear it.
So, once again, I explain. I don't know why this is hard, but Greg has a problem with it. But if the Earth is flat, then the horizon must rise to eye level. And I have not yet heard anybody explain any other geometry than what I've personally done for flat Earth for how high the horizon
That
must
is a
be.
straw man.
So now, if
Like-
you do have, you're going to have to stop talking. If you do have the geometry, I would gladly listen to you provide the geometry for flat Earth, for the horizon dropping. But until then, I'm going to go
I
with
can
the
do it. It's very
geometry that
easy.
I've done, that the horizon
Oh
must
my
rise to
God.
eye level.
Wait. You say there has to be a geometry to it, dude?
No. I
You
think
don't
I
have
think we
geometry?
do have. I
I
think
got
as
it,
flat
Hammer. You
earthers, we
can't
have
do the
to put
geometry.
some sort of argument out
I
there.
agree
He's
with
like,
you, Sincleanserr. What's the geometry?
The geometry is that you have a circumference of light over a flat plane at every elevation, at every altitude. You only ever see that. Now, when flat earthers say like, "Look, it goes to eye level," I don't know where they get that from. But I'll say this: at every altitude, at every image, at every photo, anything we've only ever seen is a circumference of light over a flat plane. And this is tantamount to you putting a light next to a wall. You're going to see a circumference of that light. There's going to be a radius to that light, a whole thing. But it doesn't necessitate any Earth curvature. Now, a lot of globers tell me, look at the Earth curvature. Look at the satellite imagery of that circle. And I'm like, okay, that just looks like a circle of light over a flat plane. Like, here we are. Here we go.
Right, but
this is all
Sincleanserr,
that it comes
on.
to. It
I have a
doesn't. There's
question.
no globe, curve, anything.
Hold on. I was asking you for the drop of the horizon, not the left to right curve. So could
What do you
give
want?
me
Some MC equals squared x,
So if you're to that
XD?
begging the question fallacy in
One-
this definition of horizon.
100%? I expect that you will for flat Earth provide me the geometry for the horizon drop with increasing elevation. Yes.
So again,
Well,
appeal to
I
the fallacious
reject all
begging the
math,
question
so
definition
I'm
of the
not
word
gonna-
horizon.
No, nothing like that, Gregory. Shut up and let the adults talk.
So not address the critique, but just whistle past it.
Yeah,
Again.
100% ignoring your stupidity, Gregory. Yes.
So he just conceded that he's just going to
100%.
fallaciously hand wave and whistle past the critique.
No,
Thank
you don't understand the geometry. I got it, Gregory. You didn't
Now
pass.
tell me that I don't
You didn't
understand instead
pass.
of directly addressing the critique.
I am 100% telling you that you don't actually understand
So
the geometry
concede that he's
involved.
doing the very fallacy I'm
I am
critiquing him for.
100% explaining that you don't understand
Once again,
this simple
conceding
geometry.
that he's doing the very thing I'm
conceding
critiquing him for.
nothing. I'm just mocking you for
Pretty
being
amazing.
too dumb to understand it.
Dude, you are such an ass. Just shut the fuck up and stop making people look like they're not something they're not.
Yeah, they're not smart.
Don't
That's easy.
understand.
You
You
guys
don't
are making
shut the
yourselves
fuck
look
up.
not smart.
You're a fucking idiot.
MC Toon, you woke up my boy Harp.
People like they're shit.
You woke
Yes,
up my man.
because you are. That's right. 100% you are. 100%.
This is an excellent
Now, hold on,
representation of
let's
the love
not
of Christ.
degrade
An
everything.
excellent
Let's not just follow
representation thereof.
Absolutely. That
Hold on,
you're
slow down,
getting
you
what
guys.
you deserve there.
Gentlemen.
MC
gentlemen.
Toon, you can't let these guys win. I know you have a whole audience of people that do not want to see you lose. So you have to understand too, like I have a whole team of flat earthers here that really don't like what you're saying. So they kind of get animated too, but let's try to keep it civil.
What do you mean?
if
I
we
love
can.
what he's saying. I have no problem.
No, I
with it,
love what
you
he's
know I
saying
mean?
too.
He
It's
brings-
just
he
like I
brings
don't
an
want it to
app
fall into
that
everybody like
uses
degrading each other.
straight-
Like, that's
I mean, Hammer, just beg the
flat
question in his
baseline.
definition of horizon, right? And then concede that he's just whistling past the critique being given to him.
I'm mocking you.
repeatedly.
Don't
no
don't
atmosphere
don't
day,
miss this.
you know what
I
I mean?
am mocking you.
You know,
I am
deny that
mocking
I
you.
understand, even
Don't
though he does not
misunderstand
have the
what I'm
know
doing.
you're
degree
mocking us.
of
That's not.
I'm
anything
mocking
really-
divination.
We're not.
You
new-
don't
that's nothing
understand the
new.
geometry. I get it. That's a problem for
So once
you.
again, continue to prognosticate that I don't understand.
Yes,
Somebody
you don't
shut
understand
this fucking
it.
idiot up.
You don't understand
All
it,
you're
Gregory.
gonna do is sit here and
Just-
fucking cut people down. Why the fuck are you here?
Because I'm
Fucking
trying to
asshole.
explain things and then I get
You're trying
interrupted.
He's trying to
fucking
explain.
degrade people
He is
and
begging
say
the
you
question
don't
fallacy
understand
definition of the
and
word
blah,
horizon.
Blah, blah, and you're whistling past the fucking explanations. I want to know why it's all straight lines.
Okay, I think you do owe in that answer, MC. Why is it all straight lines?
What?
It
that-
is a good point.
Why is that a problem? There's no problem with it being all straight lines at
Because
all.
straight lines
Alright,
are not
off you go,
curved,
off you go,
Nicktoon.
get
Do you
on.
I didn't
understand basic
claim-
geometry?
I didn't claim they're
Not
curved.
straight line.
I didn't
MC
claim.
Toon, if you
Straight
want,
lines on a globe, jackass.
I didn't. It's not on a
MC
globe.
Toon-
It's significantly above the surface of the globe.
That's
so it
exactly
doesn't
right,
matter.
Nicktoon. They're not on a globe because the globe
It's significantly
has a
above
curved
the
line, not a
surface.
straight line.
It's not along the surface of the Earth. It was over the.
No.
My particular photograph was over the Yukon Territory. Bunches of mountains there. Certainly nothing about it that.
So
that
the
would
baseline
be
doesn't correspond to
anything.
the floor we're standing
There,
on?
there's no baseline involved. Yep, there's no baseline. It was from.
Oh, okay,
it was
so there's
from,
no surface. We're not
from
standing
an
on anything, are we?
elevation. It's from an elevation significantly above the ground.
No.
to
Listen.
the
We're not
edge
standing
of
on
the
anything.
globe.
Is that right?
I was in an airplane. I was not standing on anything. You're correct. I was flying.
Right. So you
through
weren't
the air.
above anything. You were above nothing, right?
It had nothing to do with the ground below me.
So you weren't above the ground, right?
I had nothing to do with the ground below me. Is this geometry too hard for you to understand? I
so
was
nothing
way
to do
above
with
the ground.
horizon, then McToon, right?
But the horizon definitely is the edge of the globe. 100%.
Well, you
Right, so you
Oh,
were above the
my
ground, right?
Lord. We got him, boys. We got him. We got him. Clip it,
Because,
clip it, clip
and I
it,
know
clip
that,
clip
I proved it because the horizon did not rise to eye level as it must on
Wait a minute,
flat
you
Earth.
proved that we're
MC
not standing
Toon,
on
bro,
anything?
I don't know what you just. Do you know what you just said? You said
I
the horizon is
just-
the edge of a ball.
It absolutely is, yes.
See, you
Oh,
begged the
somebody-
question,
I
the
got him
definition
again,
of
we got
horizon,
him
right?
again.
That's not what we observed.
Somebody
I don't
clip
care
that.
about
I
your
swear to God.
denialism. That is 100% what we are seeing.
Once again,
The
whistling
edge.
past the
And I
critique.
totally proved
Again.
it because it fell
MC Toon,
with
my
increasing
man.
elevation. So when I
You
measured
can't be
it, it
saying
was
that stuff
more.
online like
it was
that.
more than
Elevation
3
above
degrees.
what, I wonder, since the
The
bottom
edge-
baseline of that triangle doesn't
the
correspond to the
edge
Earth, right?
of the globe. It's not
The
that
edge of the
difficult
globe.
to
Edge of the
So we
understand.
are standing above something, and you're begging the
We're
question definition of
standing
horizon.
above the globe.
Oh my God.
How far
MC
will this
Toon, like
man
you're gonna
go
wake
at
up
this
tomorrow,
point?
MC Toon, and you're gonna realize you should not have said that, dude.
Here,
And
I'll
when-
give you a
When a
diagram.
glober says the
give-
horizon is the edge of the
I'll
globe,
give you a diagram
that's a
to
case
help you
closed
understand,
type of
but
thing, man.
probably will go over your head.
You can't
So
just
there it
say that
is.
stuff online, MC.
So there it is. I posted a diagram. You can see
But-
that from the
Oh,
height of
no, my
eye
lord.
to the edge of the globe is a straight line. It has
Edge
nothing
of
to
the
do.
globe. You said it
Yeah.
again.
It has
Straight line.
nothing
Edge of the globe,
to
and it's a
do.
straight line, not a curved line.
Yes,
somehow.
Hey,
it has to be.
Hey, McToon.
It has to be.
Hey, McToon. Hey,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yes.
Hey, just real quick. So I kind of like just drew this in a little notebook here, and I posted the picture. 17 minutes past the hour. Now, if you could walk with me real quick. So I get what you're saying on your ball, right? I get your diagram,
Uh-huh.
but what if, as you're looking through, see that little red dot? Let's say that's you in the plane with your phone with the app. Now, your elevation would be that little box in the app where it shows you. So that would be the top black dotted line. That's your elevation according to this ground that you're on. And then the black line that's going down to the ground, now that's as far as you can see. In your world where you were in that plane, that's as far as you can see. So that's where you would say that's the edge of the earth curving down. So then
Is this
your
for flat
elevation.
Earth?
No. I'm saying I'm merging them together. So I'm showing you how. What if, and would you accept this explanation? Because now the top black dot dash line, like according to you, you're actually like just looking out to space at that point. You're not even like seeing anything else about Earth at all. You're just looking to the black void, if you will. But you can't see it, of course, right? Because the atmosphere, right? But Gregory earlier was talking about how there should be 3 angles. And I think this is why he meant that, because the point where, as far as you can see where the horizon is, then you would draw a line, that's the red solid line I made, up to your elevation, which would then create a triangle. I get your 1 angle, 2 lines, ball earth, crazy funny stuff. I get that. But this is what I think Gregory was trying to explain. And then I drew another dashed line going down directly under you to the ground, because then you could actually make 2 triangles in this picture, and you could actually get, all that. You can do all your trigonometry that you'd love to do. But if you notice, like the black line continues going straight. And sorry, it's not so straight. It's actually, I'm drawing with a marker on a paper. I don't have a ruler. So if you notice,
you're really going above and beyond for
All
this
right.
guy.
No,
aren't
I
you,
like
right
this.
now?
This is good.
This is some
All
extra
right,
homework
Sincleanserr,
here.
don't interrupt him. He doesn't need a tag.
Oh no, I'm impressed.
Shh,
so if you notice that the black line continues to go straight, and that's what it does, but your vision, like as far as you can see, was only up to that red line. Now, maybe one day in the future when technology is even better and you can even see farther away through your iPhone. Let's say like the iPhone 49 has a new feature, and it like you could cut through all the dust and atmosphere, and you can see farther. Right. But I'm just saying, why does this, like, let's say this is our reality, but you want to, I saw your diagram with the ball and the straight lines, and this is the curve of the earth, but why can't both, like, why can't you see the argument that I'm making?
Well, I see what you're trying to make, but there's 2 questions I have. One is, why is that the edge of what we're able to see? Why can't we see farther? Number 2, where's the moon that I saw? I saw the moon. You saw my picture, the moon. Where's the moon in your diagram?
Oh, well, it would be just,
why did you draw the moon?
Sky, wherever. Oh yeah, hold on. So the moon, I didn't even notice that there was a moon there, honestly.
God
so the moon,
it.
though,
you're making us look bad. Where's the moon?
You're right. Sincleanserr, don't tell him that yet.
Let me look at your picture again, and I, obviously the moon is just going to be straight ahead of you, wherever it was on that mark.
How far?
I don't know. I don't know.
Here's the problem. You're saying that you can only see the ground up to a certain point.
Wait.
But we can see the moon farther? Why?
Wait, hold on. Don't you think there's a way that we can figure out how far it was, though?
On flat Earth? I don't know. You'd have to explain to me the physics for why you can't see the ground past that point, but you can see the moon.
So, for instance, I think you would be able to. So let's say if I lived in an area where the moon passed directly above me, and then you get on a plane and you're coming where the moon's right in front of you, and then I can tell you my position and say, yep, it's directly above me. Just like the way you try to talk about the sun and saying it's 3,105 miles up due to my trigonometry, but then I go to the 60th parallel and then the 30th parallel, and then, or whatever latitude or longitude, whatever you're saying. Well, same thing. If you were directly under the moon looking up at it as it went over you, I think then if you were on a plane and then you did that from where you're at, I think then you can say, wow, if it's directly above me, then that's how far it would have been from you, right?
But that didn't answer my question.
On the land. What do you mean it didn't answer your question?
That did not answer my question. The photograph I took that included the moon was at 60.1 degrees north over the Yukon Territory. I was over the Rocky Mountains.
So it was in the sky then.
Yeah, and we could see the moon. So where's the moon in your diagram? Is it nearer to the observer than that solid red line, or is it farther than that solid red line?
It would be farther, obviously, because see, the moon.
Now hold on.
As big
Next
as
question,
the,
though.
Go ahead,
Next question. Why can we see the moon that's farther away than that red line, but we cannot see the dirt that's farther away than that red line?
That's because obviously the moon is in a medium which is not as dense around it, because obviously you know that too. The higher you go, the less dense, right? So the lower you go, the more dense. That's why you can't see as far.
Just because it's dense doesn't mean you don't see it. You'd still see
Christ
something.
alive, angular acuity of your perspective.
Well, hold on though, McToon, because I get what you're saying, and so then let me restate this. When you're on the ground or even in a plane, there's only so far you can see, regardless. Is that like even
we only see a certain distance, but I'm asking you on flat Earth, what is the physical explanation for it based on actual physics?
Okay, because isn't that the angular resolution, the way you see something in a distance? For instance, even in hold on.
No, don't ask him anything. He's
McToon,
going to talk down to you if you ask him something.
Hold on, Sin. McToon,
don't ask him questions.
Hold on, McToon. Hold on, Sincleanserr. So, Mike, if there's another plane, let's say, in the far off distance, okay, even on your globe Earth, even on your ball, isn't there a point where that plane will disappear? But it's not like touching the horizon. It's not touching the ground. It's still up in the air. Right. It's still way up above.
You didn't answer the question, though. You didn't. Why can we not see the ground? Past the red line, why can we not see the ground?
Because that is as far as you can see on that day.
But then you can still see the moon.
You can't see further than that. What part of that is so difficult?
But you can still see the moon. The moon's farther away. You can see it. The ground is closer.
It's in a location.
No, but there is a certain
it.
There is a certain distance where you can't see the moon anymore.
Right.
That's kind of like the whole game-winning argument.
The moon gets obstructed as it sets.
Yeah, because you're seeing it through more of a.
No,
yes. Now,
it gets obstructed by the edge of the horizon.
Transparent object between you and the moon.
There's a lot of dense. Okay,
but that's not what we see. It doesn't just fade into nothingness as it would if it were dense. It actually gets obstructed by the edge of the horizon when it sets.
Right,
that's what happens.
You can't see through the earth or the sea.
Yes, this is according to Snell's law.
Through the earth.
Snell's law requires that these things disappear because they get angled away.
No, they don't.
Yeah, so
they're angled out of our view. They
McToon, you don't even need the moon as an example in this. You can use a light pole in this example. McToon, you can use McToon. Does the light pole go behind the curve of the Earth, or is it just in a distance? It gets smaller and smaller and smaller, and it goes to that vanishing point.
Is the moon 10 feet up like a light pole? No, the moon is.
Of course not. But it's the same principle, though. But it's
it's not the same principle.
Think of the scale.
Yes, it is. It's on a bigger scale.
Okay.
If you have, okay, go ahead.
Here's what happens: the light pole shrinks in angular size. The moon when it drastically changes distance over the flat Earth,
MC,
it doesn't
think of
actually
the
change angular
scale.
size.
Oh my god!
It
think of the
it
scale.
maintains almost the
you
same
never
angular
seen
size
the
all
moon
night.
get smaller in the distance?
No, it
Think
doesn't.
of it, man.
It doesn't. It
It
stays
does,
the
though.
same.
Yes, it
It's-
does. Hold on,
no,
hold
it
on.
doesn't.
Watch your mouth.
Do you want me to show
Let's
you?
get
Oh
it
my
right.
gosh.
Let's get
Oh
it
my
right.
gosh.
Let's
It
get it right.
absolutely gets bigger and smaller. I watched it over the weekend get bigger.
I mean,
and smaller
wow.
where I was at.
Okay,
Yeah,
McToon,
like it
Dig-
does change.
dig that hole.
It
Dig
changes
that hole.
angular size.
Oh
Absolutely.
my gosh.
So fucking lutely, I watched it on the
Yes.
weekend. There was
Oh
a
my
full
gosh,
moon
Mark.
over the weekend, and I watched it where I was out in the
But of course, he can't allow that conclusion. He can't allow that observation
No,
to
I'm,
Hold
actually
on,
be
hold on.
I'm
manifest.
laughing at
because
this.
the moon
Such
is
a
humongous
dumb
as a rock.
claim.
Hold on.
It's such a dumb
Let's really
claim.
nail him to this cross.
yeah,
MC,
we're not
wait.
moving
June,
from here.
you
There you go,
can't tell
carnivore.
anybody in this
Very
room.
nice
Listen,
photograph.
MC, you can't tell a single flat earther in this room that the sun and the moon, they don't change angular size. You don't think they do?
The
I gotta
amount,
hear you say it, man.
the amount of
Because
angular
if you
size
say
that
it
they
doesn't
change
change angular
is
size,
very
oopsies.
small. But for flat Earth, it must be
Oopsie
dramatic.
daisy. No, refraction. What happened to that?
No, refraction
Whatever
doesn't help
happened?
you.
Have you
So-
seen
Refraction
the
doesn't
moon?
help you.
Let me find the video.
At
Let me find the
night?
video.
Have you
for
ever seen a sunrise? Do you know
ever-
how ridiculous that sounds to you? Like when you say stuff like that?
But I don't even know if that's a Glober argument. It's just I don't know why he's gonna out there say all
No,
sorts
because
of wild
we're
stuff.
not allowed
even
to have
Globers
any
don't say
point
that.
correct. You know, Cleanser, we can't have any point correct.
I mean, you could try.
No,
but
no.
you
If you're a
won't.
flat earther, you have everything on your side. So
Here you
let's
go.
not.
There's a
Let's
video.
not get all weirded out about it. But
There's a
he's
video
doing- he's
of-
claiming shit. Not even Globers say.
There's a video of several different sunsets where the sun is staying the same size while it sets. But the problem is that one of them was filmed by Felipe Rockholt, who's a flat earther. I suggested.
Hater, you're a hater.
I said,
Hater.
hey,
There's no
go
octagon
get a-
phenomenon
go get
through
a
the
solar
air where the sun
filter.
is magnified.
Wait, hey, hold
No,
on, McToon.
definitely
McToon,
not.
Are
All
you
right,
telling me?
Apocryphon.
That
Are you
never
telling me
happens.
that the sun? Have you never looked at the sun like with the lens? Like, okay, so like if you got,
Hold on, no, Apocryphon. Can
I have my welding hood.
Hold
You
on,
ever looked at the
Apocryphon,
sun
dude.
with the
We
welding
really
hood?
Let him
win
talk.
this.
Hey,
We
he
win
doesn't
this.
need to tap in.
MC, we won this one right here. You
Oh
know
my
how?
gosh. No.
It's so simple because flat earthers can acknowledge that the sun and the moon change angular size. The moon absolutely
The
changes
sun.
angular
The sun.
size.
No.
You know why? And you're one of the first Globers to ever say to me, right in front of me, that
Oh my
it
gosh.
doesn't. Oh my lord! Not even Globers even say that.
Oh
so
my
what are you
gosh.
doing, man? You can't just go online and say
All right,
that
let's
stuff.
see. I have
The moon absolutely does change angular size. 100%.
Well, send the measurements.
I can prove that every day from Sunday, yesterday,
Send
tomorrow.
The measurements.
Every day.
So McToon, so the moon can get smaller in the distance. Just depends on the environment.
And it can get bigger too.
And
Actually-
it can go. Yeah, sometimes
Yes,
the moon
it
looks.
does.
That's what I'm
Actually-
saying, and he doesn't want to acknowledge it.
No, I won't
Yeah.
because
Saw, bro. Listen,
I'll explain it.
Over the
Like
weekend,
harp,
right?
harp. Oh, all right. Dig that hole, harp. Go ahead.
over the weekend, I went and I visited my sister and my son-in-law. And where they're at, there's nothing. And as we were going, the moon was getting bigger, and I'm going, what the hell is happening right now? Why is the moon getting bigger? I don't know why exactly, but
You're getting closer to it.
I felt like, oh my God, we're getting closer to the moon. This is really weird.
Yeah, it doesn't
It
look
was
so far
awesome.
away today.
It was awesome.
All right, and how
Yeah,
many?
you get closer to it, and it's probably also being
Absolutely
magnified.
changes angular size.
All right. Well, what was the measurement? Hold on, harp. That's a great claim. What was the angular size of the moon when it was its biggest?
Different.
How many arc minutes?
Or how many
than when it was
fingers
smaller.
I got out and started measuring stuff when it's kind of the first time I actually saw it.
All right, so you don't have any measurements. You just
Yeah, it was
MC2
different
no,
when
human-
it was smaller. It was
human
bigger
perception.
before it was
Genuine thing to
smaller.
say.
Got it.
After it was smaller.
Don't have any
Next time I'll
measurements.
just take pictures and you can compare. That's all.
Hold on, no, listen, this is incredible. MC, you can't just say the sun and the moon. Well, we'll talk about the moon. You can't just say the moon doesn't change angular size. That's a lie.
It
You know
does
that
throughout
as well
the
as I
month.
do.
It does throughout the
absolutely.
month.
Cleanser,
but
I'm
it-
walking up to your face right now, right? I'm walking up to your face. Now,
Uh-oh.
measure
Back
the
up, back
angular
up.
size of me versus when I was 10 feet away from you. Oh, wait, you don't have the numbers? Okay, so I didn't change angular size.
Yeah, no, like that's what I'm saying. That's why his whole argument is not
The
really that
angular
great.
size
Like,
of the
what
sun
the
and
heck?
moon have been measured. And so if you're going to make the claim that they drastically change angular size, you're just going to have to
Nobody
show
said
those measurements.
No, we just said
drastically
that it
anything.
changes.
Slow
We
down.
just said it
All
changes.
right.
And
We
the reason
said
why
there's a
the reason
noticeable
why
difference.
let's
Yeah.
get
It
hold
is
on.
pretty drastic though at times. I mean,
McToon, yeah, it can
it's
be very
drastic.
drastic. Yeah, sometimes it can. It just depends on the day and you know the
How?
environment or the sky.
Well,
But McToon, the
from
reason
how
why
many
we
arc
were
minutes to how many arc minutes?
I gotta talk to you, Apocryphon.
yeah.
I got
Arc
to.
minutes. Don't
Yeah,
say that in
you-
front of
you-
me.
you-
Get out of
when-
here with
once you
that.
start-
Arc minutes.
look at once you guys start saying how many arc minutes was the angle, like was it a Tuesday?
How
like
dare he say
you're
arc
just
minutes?
you're just taking away from the fact that that is our reality though. No matter what they are, it still happens and it does happen. Now the reason why we were talking about this moon to begin with, because we're talking about the moon in your photo where you have this elevation and you're saying that this is the end of the earth, and I'm looking at space and that there's nothing else. But I just brought up, you know, in regards to the planes, if there was
You
a
just
plane in
dunked
front of
on him,
you.
bro. You just dunked on his ass.
Yeah, I know, but
MC
you know,
Tune, the whole thing is like if you don't have an equation, you don't have an argument. That's his whole thing is
Measurement.
that
Measurement.
show me the geometry, show me the formula.
Yeah.
It's like,
let's see the geometry. You never
Yeah.
had that.
because you can't
But-
understand anything other than having a come on. Are you kidding? This is
Mathematical
why I don't
alters.
like this is Globers. This is a Glober thing.
yeah. So
If
so
I don't have a
here's
formula, I can't talk about
here's
it.
another thing that I wanted to ask you,
All right.
McToon, because I was listening to you in your show with Tribunal Trouble something whatever his name.
Troubled
Tribune.
Tribune.
Yeah, Trouble.
That dude was a
Troubling
pushover. I
Tribune.
saw a little bit of it because I
Okay,
was waiting
so-
on him. He
so
never came
one-
in here, but that dude was a pushover.
So one thing you said and you talked to him about was about the angle that you took from the 45 degree, and that would obviously make the other side of it 3105, right?
Yep.
And then now here was the question that I wanted to jump in the chat and ask you, but you know I don't want to distract you from him, so I'll ask you here. What would, and you said if I give you any measurement or I give you any angle and you could do the math, right?
Sure.
Okay, so do this one. Let's say you're a mile. You're not 3,105 miles away from the equator. Let's say you're 1 mile away from the equator.
Okay.
And then you're looking straight up at the sun. What's that, like an 89 degree? Because obviously it's like not 90 degrees. Maybe like what, 97 degrees? Or 87 degrees? I don't know. What do you think that would be if you're looking straight up at the sun?
On flat Earth?
Yeah.
In
on Earth.
reality,
And-
don't
On
be
Earth.
that way. In
You
reality,
can't- Sincleanserr, you can't make a prediction if we don't know what we're talking about. So,
Okay.
and then using my same measurement from before, 3105?
No. Your 3105 was because from your position to the equator, correct? That was your.
Yeah, 3105 miles to the equator from where I was.
So now we're doing just 1 mile away from the equator.
Okay.
So now, then what is that angle that you would be looking up at the sun that's kind of directly above you, but maybe not almost,
90
almost.
degrees.
So here's,
Maybe
here, I'll explain what I did.
Okay.
I went and measured the angle to the sun.
Right.
Then I used the known distance between myself and the equator. So in order
Correct.
to do the same thing for your example, I would need to be 1 mile from the equator and then measure the angle.
Right.
So
Go
I
ahead.
didn't do that, and maybe somebody else has, but I did not. So
Well, I'm
You
asking
see
you, what would that equal then? So like,
I don't
I
know.
know
It was a measurement. It wasn't a prediction.
no, I know. Let's say your measurement is 89 degrees looking up and
Oh.
1 mile away from the equator. So do the math and let me know.
All right.
What would that
89.
make your
89.
wall?
89.985 degrees.
There you go, 89.985. Thank you. Is that Jesse?
Hold
Yes,
on. No,
Jesse.
how did? Can I ask how you got that one, Jesse? Where did you
Because
get
he's
that
saying it's a
from?
mile out. Because that's Jesse. He's smart.
Hold on, but 89 point. That's a
But-
very specific
but-
number, isn't it?
Hey,
Jesse,
Jesse.
did you use the
Very particular,
3105
weird. I'm
elevation
weirded
for the
out by
sun?
the specificity.
Hold on.
I sound like Witsit. I'm
I
weirded
agree,
out how
Sinclainserr.
accurate you were trying to be to me. Like, why? Where did you get that from?
Jesse, did you use
Why is it when I knew that the
3105?
paragraphs from Jesse in the chat were coming that I was going to hear his voice? Go ahead, McDude. Sorry.
You have good inferential skills.
So,
No, hold on,
so go
no. I
ahead.
don't want to
Let's
get away
stay-
from that. Like, where did he get that shit from?
Jesse, where'd you get that from? Let's start
Yeah,
there.
like, what did you
Told
account
you
for?
he was-
Let's. Can
he's
you write
been,
it in
like-
chat? What are you talking
He's
about?
essentially
man?
like circling like a hawk around the conversation. So he's like,
Yeah, he's got like his
the-
equations
you
all
know,
like. In his
he's got
Hey, Jesse,
the
Jesse, are
pocket
you
He's
there?
ready to
protector
whip
with the
out some fucking
pens and the
math.
calculator. He was crunching all the numbers live as it was going on.
Oh, there you go. Look at he's showing you. He has a picture right there. He did. I don't know how he did it. Came up with it, but how can you tell us how you got that?
I don't know
number?
how he did it either. That's what I'm asking him too.
90.
I don't know how you did
90
it, Jesse.
minus 1 over
You
69.
did it again.
90 minus 169th.
Okay, got you. So with that being said, then what gives the what's the height of the sun at that point, McToon? Michael, Mike, Mickey?
Oh,
He-
he's
here's-
hey,
here's the
every
thing.
name in the book.
I measured the angle. And then knowing my distance,
right.
I for flat earth, I was able to get the required elevation of the sun for flat earth.
Right.
And so I didn't measure the angle there. And so I don't have that piece of the information. So I think, what are we going to do? I can use the previously calculated mandatory elevation of the sun and plug it in to say what we would predict for the angle 1 mile away. But it's not going to give you what you're hoping for. I don't know what you're quite hoping for, though.
Well, here's what happened. You
Hoping
told
for a little bit more than that one.
Hold on. You told Troubling Tribune. or
Tribune.
whatever- Tribune. You told him, give me any angle and distance and I will calculate it for you. So I gave you the angle and the distance. Okay. 1 mile away, 80, and then Jesse helped out. 89.98. We'll just say 99
He
because
gave you
the 5 will
the
make
answer
the 8.
for the
Right?
globe.
What was that?
He gave you the answer for the globe, not for flat
Wait,
earth.
wait,
What do
wait.
you want?
Wait. I just
Slow
wanted
down, slow down.
the answer that you were going to give Troubling Tribune if he just gave you any distance and angle. So let's just work on that. Let's focus on that, McToon. If this was the distance from the equator, only one, because I'm trying to understand what you were trying to prove in your calculations. Because then you said you had your buddy in Jerusalem, and then somebody 60 degrees
No,
away.
we can't talk about Jerusalem on the live stream. No, we can't do that. Let's not talk about Jerusalem, please.
So okay. With that being said, though, I think he said Jerusalem because Jerusalem's like at 31 degrees, I believe.
We're not gonna talk about Jerusalem.
But hold on though. So here's the thing. But now let's go. Okay, well, using this same logic you got going on and your little drawing you did, you're 1 mile away and the angle's 89.9 degrees up. What would that make the height of the sun in that scenario?
If you're 1
On a
mile,
flat Earth.
all right, 89.9.
I don't think it's going to be 3,105 miles high, or I don't think it's going to be,
APOC, you're really trying to meet
3,200.
him halfway on this one. It sounds.
I'm trying.
Sounds
I'm
like.
really-
Yeah, it
so
seems
That's
like
the
you're
best
going out
approach.
of your
That is
way.
always
dude.
the best approach. Charitability.
89.9.
Like, you're being super charitable.
All right, 89.9. The elevation of the sun. So this 89.9 is just an arbitrary number. This is right. It's not quite accurate. But that would put the sun at 572 miles high.
Okay. So, with that being said, McToon, if you have this math that clearly, obviously, like, it's not going to work, right?
For flat Earth.
For anything. For anything. Because we're trying to do this mathematical, like, Olympics or gymnastics to prove why you believe it to be a ball. But it's not.
I was doing
it
an
doesn't
experiment.
do anything.
You didn't finish the sentence.
And hypothesizing.
No, I get that. But it was such a failed experiment, but it didn't really help anybody or do anything any good. And so then I started thinking, McToon, because you kept on talking to him and you're saying like, and you kept showing it like, look at 3105. But you said it works on a ball because then everyone just has
APOC,
a
I think he's
radius.
got nothing on this one, man. I think
Wait, just let him finish.
No, I
Yeah,
think
hold on,
it's
so-
done. I think we're done. I think you just wrecked his ass right in front of everyone.
Hold
Like he
on.
didn't have anything. He was confused the whole time, and case closed.
No, wait, hold on though. I mean, I want to be, fair here. So you said that everyone's degrees, everyone's measurements were now just representing the radius. Is that how you said it?
If you hypothesize that the sun is far away and the earth is a sphere, then we can output the radius using those angle measurements.
Okay. And then that fits perfectly. Then Jerusalem is that many miles away from the horizon, and you're that many miles away from the
There's
horizon.
no horizon in this particular measurement.
Oh, I'm sorry, the equator.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. But so you never do see the end of that though, right? You just have to assume because you're saying, well, we know the circumference of the ball to be 25,590 miles, whatever it is.
We output the circumference and the radius.
Okay. Right.
We make zero assumptions about it.
No,
the radius or circumference.
You started with.
We make the assumption that the Earth is a sphere and that the sun is far away. That's part of the hypothesis.
That's part of the assumption.
Right.
Yes.
That's the assumption I'm talking about.
Correct.
Okay. So when you make that assumption, then that's still not truly represented as a fact at this point because you assumed it, right?
That's how you do
He
all
just said
experiments.
It was an assumption, yeah.
Yeah, when you do an experiment, you have a hypothesis.
Right,
the hypothesis is always going to have some things that are uncertain, and you can definitely call them assumptions. That's always something in a hypothesis, every single time.
I hope when you say experiment, you're simply meaning in the sense of a measurement, because this is not an instance of trying to find out what causes the effect.
This is an experiment. Experiments are more than just cause and effect.
Okay, so you're saying that in the sense of measurement.
What?
Okay.
What?
See, well, that's where
because he keeps saying the word experiment.
Yes, this is 100% an experiment.
My Nathan Oakley alarm.
Well, that's why. Well, that's why I was
my
going
Nathan
down
Oakley
that road
alarm
right
just
now.
went off. What do
That's
you
why
mean?
that's why I'm going down that road because McToon, I'm trying to get to a point where when you assumed and it didn't work on the flat Earth, but then it fits and works on the globe Earth. Then I'm asking you, politely. That's what makes you say that's why I believe in the ball because this math worked only for the ball and it didn't work for the flat Earth. Correct? Is that safe to say?
No. That my conclusion was that the flat Earth hypothesis was falsified and the globe Earth hypothesis was confirmed or supported.
Okay. And with that, this is what allows you to then say.
What hypotheses are these? What are you talking about? What hypothesis?
Just let APOC finish.
Right. So this is so you're saying because you confirmed it that the ball worked in the math, without knowing, with an assumption that it's curving and the equator is at a certain distance away from your position. You're assuming that, but you confirming an assumption. So then this is why you're believing the ball, or in this argument, this is what leads you to believe the ball and not the flat Earth because your math didn't work otherwise, right?
I did an experiment and I confirmed one of the hypotheses.
Right.
So that's how you do science, but you don't just do one experiment. You do lots of experiments. So this is just one of many different possible things that you could do to test to see what.
Okay, we've gotten to this point several times now. Can I please ask this question?
Yeah. Go ahead. I'll ask something later, but go ahead.
I'm continuing on the same line of thought that APOC is on. So you believe that you falsified A and have verified B.
Yes.
How?
Yeah, how?
Because the hypothesis for flat Earth did not fit because multiple different conflicting elevations were output for the elevation of the sun.
So you're just going to say shit and you're not actually going to explain what happened.
Well, you
What was
weren't
your
here,
Hang on,
Harp.
hang on. Please,
You weren't here,
All right,
Harp.
please,
Greg,
please. I'm begging
Show
everyone
us
right
your
now.
hypothesis and tell us all about
Harp,
your
Harp, I'm begging
experiment.
you. I'm begging you. I
Hold on, you
understand your
gotta let
frustration.
Harp go
Please let me
Doing
just
no
handle
sometime.
this.
experiments, bro. You're a fucking clown.
Please just let me
So
handle this.
tell us
Please just let
about
me
your
handle this.
experiment. Dude, let him tell us about his fucking experiment. Want to hear
Just,
about your
just,
hypothesis?
just let me handle
I want
this.
to hear how one proved right and one
Harp.
proved wrong. I don't want to hear you say, because this went that way and that went the other way. I want you to show us, okay? Stop
Harp.
talking.
Okay. So,
Yeah, we're gonna
so
need some
far,
evidence
you're telling
here,
me that
Gregory.
you get different heights to the sun in the flat Earth
So
hypothesis.
really, you're going to do that instead of pinning them to the question I just
I
fucking asked?
am getting to it. I am not a simpleton that wastes time.
Well, that's what you're doing right now. I want to know about the hypothesis and
Yo,
its experiment.
APOC, bro. There's no reason for the interruptions. None. It's just making this more difficult than necessary.
Wow.
Well, Gregory, you gotta respect Harp. He's a legend, man.
I respect it. I just clearly said I understand his frustration. I literally just said that. I'm speaking loud and clear. I can't make people hear me. So, so McToon, you're trying to tell us that you supposedly got a variety of different heights to the sun on a flat Earth. So supposedly it doesn't work on a flat Earth. Then you do it on a globe Earth assumption, and the math works. But the whole time you're presupposing actually know the height to the sun.
No.
So you're not presupposing you know the height to the sun.
In neither did I presuppose that I knew the height to the sun. In the flat Earth, I output the height to the sun in multiple different measurements in the actual production of the experiment.
You output the height to the sun.
Yeah.
In a mathematical imagination.
Yeah, it's called science. We have a hypothesis.
Science.
You have a hypothesis.
Science is only done in imaginations.
And then you make a prediction based on the hypothesis. And then you test it and compare it to observation or compare it to reality. And then if it contradicts your hypothesis, then you say, well, that hypothesis didn't work out. And if it supports the hypothesis, you say, hey, that hypothesis did work out.
Help me understand.
Just repeated the same crap, dude. I want to know what
my God, Harp.
did.
I'm literally talking about it.
Whole waste of time.
I'm literally talking about it. Wow. You have to actually listen to what's being said. McToon.
We got friendly fire.
Dude, you know what?
Fire.
You need to shut the fuck up and let
bro,
him answer my
bro. Not in front of us.
Bro, and I let you go, and it was a waste of time.
Oh my God, this is so fucking stupid.
Here's where Flat Earth loses. We're losing right now, boys. We gotta get this shit right.
God,
don't say this. Don't do it.
Oh my God! In between all these fucking people, we got
losing.
Harp here screaming his fucking head off.
Harp, we love you.
Why can't you answer the question without us going back to Gregory and wasted some more time?
What the fuck are you trying to ask, bro?
Hypothesis? What did you do, and how did you get to your conclusion?
That's literally what the fuck I'm talking about.
You see, you
God
guys
damn,
are,
you got it all sorts of fucked up. Why is Flat Earth eating yourself alive? I swear to God. Shame on all of you. Shame on you guys.
McToon, you there?
Shame on you.
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So hold on, just real quick. Going along with Gregory and Harp, can you explain a Harp? Can you just do it again? Just explain it.
Sure. I had two hypotheses. One, that the Earth is...
No. I heard that 5 times.
Oh, he doesn't want to hear it.
See what you're talking about. I can say stuff too, dude.
That's literally my point, Harp. If you were actually listening to me. He's talking about a mathematical imagination.
Oh, you guys.
I can't make myself any more fucking clear than what I'm talking right now. I'm literally talking about the fact that his supposed reputation of flat Earth is just a mathematical imagination they just superimpose on the flat Earth.
If he's asking the same question, just let him answer it.
The answer is no, right? That's the result of both Gregory and I, even though we're not somehow communicating. I don't know how. But the end result, McToon, is you have nothing. Tell us what you're talking about. Stop just saying words.
Yeah, if we can remind Flat Earth, like, dude, we won. So McToon, remember
We need to
this.
actually get
Remember this.
somewhere.
Hold on. Remember this, Gregory. Remember this.
Keep
MC.
yelling hard.
We destroyed your ass. We just wrecked you, bro. And you know how we did it? We asked you for certain things, and you couldn't provide this, that, the other. Nothing.
Oh my gosh.
Nothing.
All right, I want to hear Gregory.
Can I please continue to get to the substance?
Let's go. Nobody tag. No, Gregory does not need a tag in.
Yeah. Let's give McToon another half hour. Let's wait for another half hour for him to come up with an argument.
Well, I don't want to
Which
hear.
makes no
I
sense.
don't want to hear flat earthers start going all sorts of wild and weird.
So can we
shit like
finally
that.
get to the substance?
Oh my lord.
Okay.
We're getting
So,
further away from
what you think is a refutation against flat Earth is a mathematical imagination you have contrived. What is your justification for asserting that this is the implication of a flat Earth paradigm?
You don't think that matches flat Earth? Well, I mean, I'd be glad to be updated on the actual prediction for flat Earth. How to correctly measure the elevation of the sun over flat Earth? How do we do that?
Why are we trying to scrutinize imaginations in the first place?
I agree. Flat Earth is just imagination. I'm with you. 100% with you.
No, you're whistling past the rhetorical thrust of my question. Of course you will.
Okay.
You know full well why I asked the question.
It sounds like you
want
don't like
to
the way
scrutinize a supposed hypothesis.
Yeah, you
want
don't
to
like my
scrutinize a
hypothesis.
supposed described imagination instead of just actually empirically detecting and measuring what is actually before us in the cosmos. So, as it concerns the actual cosmos that you and I can only live in, what do we actually empirically detect?
Well, I was just describing how we could test these things. Like, it's what we do in science.
No, you're testing mathematical imaginations.
That's how you
You're
do
not
science.
testing anything.
That's how you do science. You have a
No,
hypothesis.
you're not scrutinizing the actual empirical data. That's the problem.
Yeah,
this is a waste of time.
Yeah. So I'll go through it again for you. So you get a hypothesis.
No,
and then you
not go
compute
through
the
it again.
consequences. You compute
Not
the
waste our time
consequences
furthermore
of
with
those
a mathematical
hypotheses.
imagination.
See, now we're agreeing.
And then
Now we're definitely
you
on the
test them by comparing to observation or comparing to a reality. And if they don't match, then your hypothesis is falsified.
No.
Oh, that's not how science is done?
No.
Since when? Since when did that change?
What the hell are you doing? No. You suppose that in reality that the sun is at a particular distance. How do you know?
I measured it.
How?
Over flat Earth. Because, certainly, I'll
Did you
I'll
just
answer.
concede that the Earth is flat?
I'll answer. All right, so hypothesis.
We got him again.
The hypothesis that the Earth is flat. Then you take your distance from you.
Scrutinize a mathematical imagination.
I'm sorry, I wasn't done talking.
I'm sorry.
You
we're
asked
not
me specifically
scrutinizing
to
mathematical
describe.
imaginations.
You asked me to describe how to do the science because you didn't understand the science, and I was explaining how to do science to you, and you don't understand it.
No. Let me tell you what I asked you.
Interrupt when you're being
Let me tell you what I asked you.
instructed.
I'm not going to move from this point because you're not going to answer a question I didn't ask you.
We got a good one here.
This is a
You're not going to move from a question. You're not going to answer a question I didn't ask you.
This is
You're not going to answer a question I didn't ask you. It's very simple. It's very simple.
Go ahead.
The question I actually is, how do you know that the concretely real sun is at the supposed concrete distance you suppose it is?
All right, I'll be glad to answer that for you. So what you do is you take the distance from yourself to the subsolar point, and I knew that on the equinox that the subsolar point was the equator. And I know the distance between Minneapolis and the equator is 3,105 miles. Then I measured the angle to the sun. It was about 45 degrees. That gives me a 90, 3,105, and 45 triangle. Solving the triangle gives me the elevation of the sun of 3,105 miles on flat Earth.
On a flat Earth. So,
yeah.
On a flat Earth.
Yeah,
That's
the
the real
hypothesis.
height of the sun above the flat Earth.
Well, that's the hypothesis, but the problem was that I measured.
No. I didn't ask you about a fucking hypothesis.
You're really pissing
I
him
asked you
off
what is the
now.
Oh, I
real
know.
distances
Stop
between
it.
the objects in reality.
Well, that's what I was trying to measure. But the problem is, if you're at any other latitude, you get a whole different number. Obviously, the Earth cannot be flat. Falsified
How does
the
that follow?
hypothesis. Because the sun cannot be in multiple different locations simultaneously.
Says who?
Me. Says reality. Says everybody that
says,
has a
that's
little
another claim you
bit of
can't validate.
understanding of
Here
how
we
physical
go
objects
again,
work.
MC. Just claiming stuff. We know goddamn well you can't prove this or that. Come on. Don't say that.
Hang on, run this by me again.
He just
You
said
know
you can't
the
be this,
height
it can't be that.
of the real sun in reality
Oh my
above
Lord.
a flat plane, correct?
No, I am testing that.
No, you're
This is
testing
science.
an imagination
This is
that
science.
you contrived.
This is science. That's how you do
No,
science.
you're
you don't
testing
understand
an
how to-
imagination you contrived.
Gregory, it sounds like you don't know how to do science. It's okay.
You know,
you can read
all
about
you have to do is
I'll paste. Here you go.
actually tell us what the real height of the sun is.
There you go. There you go. I posted a little link. You could read. You could read that Understanding Science on Berkeley.edu. It's pretty nice. It goes through how people actually do science.
So you contrive hypothetical mathematical imaginations
100%. That's
to
what you
set
do.
them
That's
up
how
to
you do
fail,
science.
and then compare them to
No, you don't set
some
them
other
up to
paradigm.
fail necessarily. I mean, you hope that some of them are gonna succeed.
You have yet to tell me what is the real goddamn height of the sun.
Just get on
Over
this
flat
thing.
Earth, there is no height of the sun because the Earth is not flat; it's a globe.
So just beg
here
the
we
question.
go
So just
again.
cross
No,
out the possibility that the Earth is actually flat.
No.
Ipso facto at the very beginning.
The experiment crossed it out because I tested for it and it falsified it.
Your hypothetical imagination.
Yeah, that's how you do science.
That you set up to fail.
Yeah, you do a hypothesis.
You didn't measure anything.
I did measure.
You didn't measure an imagination.
I measured the angle. You don't know how science works?
You didn't measure
Seriously,
anything. It's an imagination.
There you go. I'll post it again. All right. Berkeley's Understanding
Measuring
Science.
isn't
Go
even
ahead.
really science.
Go-
Yeah, that's
go
a good
ahead.
point.
Go ahead.
Science.
It's
So
not
just
science to
continue to
measure
repeat the
things
point
to have
that's
a
being
hypothesis.
refuted.
It
You're
sounds
not
like
doing science.
It sounds like you hate science and it hurt
Yeah,
your
so
precious.
now wax
your
poetic
precious
about how
feeling.
we're just so bigoted instead
That's
of just
right.
addressing the
Yeah, you're
objective
completely
specified
bigoted
premise, which is a critique
against
against your
science.
position.
You
You're
hate
critiquing a
science.
mathematical imagination.
Does it hurt you so much that science
You
destroys
have
flat
yet
Earth?
to tell me what is the
You
real
can't-
height of
okay,
the sun.
listen, hold on, MC. Like, one sec, Gregory. I know
Can we
you
get
brought it
some
up.
order in the court?
Yeah, let
please?
me jump in real quick just
Please.
to remind you guys that he can't just say science because he's not talking about science. He says measurements are science. No, not quite. Not
you
really.
do
We're
measurements
not really
in science.
there
It's part
yet.
of science.
It's part of okay. We can be semantic. Yeah, absolutely. We can be pedantic, semantic.
specific.
I feel like
Do you think
yeah.
that measurements are
I feel
not
like
part
I'm,
of science? Does anybody think that
But it
measurements are
doesn't
not?
necessarily mean that's science. Like, don't call it that. It's not that. It's not science. It's not science.
So, he's going to repeat it again. I'm going to say the same thing in critique against it. You're not scrutinizing
Truth didn't
anything.
change.
You're just knocking down a hypothetical mathematical imagination.
Don't call it science. That's all I'm saying.
Science. You have to have a hypothesis. You're complaining that I'm having a hypothesis. That's
What's
mandatory
the null?
in science.
What's the null?
Null is not null is not mandatory.
Hold on. We got it. We got him again. No,
Null
hold on,
is
we
not
got him again.
mandatory.
Anybody who wants to claim science, you got a null hypothesis?
All right, go ahead. Show me where that it's mandatory.
What's your null hypothesis?
There's no null hypothesis provided.
There's no null hypothesis.
It's not
Well,
mandatory.
Here we go. I don't think
only
you know what
thing you
science
need is a
my friend.
testable hypothesis.
There is always ever a null.
Where?
kidding
Where's
me?
your
That's
citation
part of the
for
experiment.
that? Where is it that scientists say you must have a null for every experiment? Go ahead. Where is it?
It's the same place where sinking refraction exists.
Nowhere. Got it.
yeah, you got nothing. Got him again.
Wow,
All right.
That's how we do it here, boys.
Okay, so McToon, one more question. All
right, then we gotta
just
wrap.
real
It's
quick.
getting late.
Yeah. So you have another thing you're talking about that I wanted to bring up with you. You were talking about, I think, real quickly though, someone brushed over it about the radar. And are you familiar with I think it's pronounced Aegis or Aegis. Are you familiar with that?
Aegis.
Aegis.
Aegis. Yeah.
Aegis, maybe Aegis. You
No,
familiar with
Aegis.
that?
The
It's
radar
Aegis.
that's on ships.
Yeah. Well, it itself is a little.
Yeah, we were talking
vessel.
about this the other day, weren't we?
Yeah. The AN Spy one, you know that one?
Well, go ahead. I
Well,
You're gonna have to educate him. He's like every other Glober. You're gonna have to fucking
Okay.
talk him through
So,
it. Yeah.
so the Aegis AN Spy one, it has a system on it where I think it's up to about 280 miles or maybe 297 miles. Or is it kilometers? Maybe kilometers. But that's what's disclosed. The actual coverage, I guess you could say, is actually classified. But I think it's close to 300 miles that it sweeps for the Navy, for the military. But I bring it up because some of the arguments are that, which I agree with. There are some people that say, well, it's a network system. There's planes flying over, there's satellites in the sky, there's towers and stuff like that. That kind of they could work together, which is true. That is all part of it. But this particular thing I'm talking about, it's only itself. Only itself. It's not networking with the planes or satellites or towers or other. It's only itself. Matter of fact, it has these antennas on the front side and the back side of it, and it's just a really cool system. But how does that work on your ball Earth?
you're gonna have to give a lot
That's my
more
question.
detail. I just send the detail.
Yeah, no. I think that what Apocryphon's getting onto is some really interesting shit. Like, he has to focus it a little bit. Like, give him an alley oop. Like, throw it to him directly. Apoc.
Okay, so the radar can sweep 300 miles.
All right, I'll just need the documentation and how high the radar
Okay.
is on the ship.
Yeah, the boat itself. Yeah. It's not even a tall vessel, by the way. It's not even that tall. It's a short one actually. It's a small little communications vessel. Here, let me actually look for it. And I that's fine. I could DM you. That's maybe
See. Here's the thing, Apocryphon. There is a real problem when you try to educate a Glober on certain topics because I don't think he's really familiar with anything that you're saying.
I'm absolutely familiar with it. And that's
so
why I'm asking.
he has
that's why I'm
to be the
asking
expert,
you
right?
for
He's gotta
the
be.
evidence.
He didn't even know radar was fucking light.
Well, we got his ass the other time. Yeah, we did that again. We don't need to remind him. I'm not gonna do that in front of his whole audience. Let's not do that. Come on. Like if we really wanted to be assholes, we could win, but we don't need to win that bad. So slow down, hard. Come on, bro.
Come on.
That's all good when he gets the documentation.
We don't need to win that
I
bad.
need to explain this radar.
Waiting. So just send the documentation.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you a little picture of the boat. This boat, it's got to be maybe only, I don't know, 4 stories high. Save to photos. So what's that, about 40 to 50 feet?
That looks about 6 stories.
Let me see here. Oh wait,
who
the
am
one
I
that
to
Sierra
say? Are
posted?
you kidding me? I don't know.
I haven't
what do you
posted the photo
expect?
yet.
Yeah,
He
that
already
seems
says.
about right. Yeah.
Maybe 4 to 5 stories.
I don't know.
All right. And the documentation for how far that particular radar all by its lonesome.
Right.
Yep.
Right. Let me get it for you. Hold on.
I mean, you could just plug this into the Walter Bislin's advanced curve calculator.
Oh, you could just plug it in, eh?
Plug it
In
in.
the meantime, I'd just like
my
to emphasize
God,
that he
I can't
created
believe
a
you
straw
said,
man and knocked it
wow.
down.
Oh, he said
I
it.
just want to emphasize
He
that.
said the thing. Plug it into the calculator, Harp. Oh my God! Why did you say that? That's such a meme to flat earthers. Is that you say you plug it into the calculator?
It hurts. It hurts. I know.
I just really got to emphasize
why
this
do you
in the
think flat
meantime.
earthers laugh at? Globers always say, "Just plug in the calculator." Why is that a meme to us? I'll tell you every day.
How far is
I'll tell
370
you why it's a
kilometers?
370
How far-
kilometers in sheep units. I can't do the sheep length.
We want them in arc
conversion.
seconds. Can you do it?
Well, that's
Just do
linear
the
versus
transform
angular.
equation.
That's linear versus angular. It doesn't map.
Well, it does. You just got to
How do you
figure out how to
translate
do
our
the math.
300 miles?
Think of the geometry.
Wait, pay attention, albino. What was that, albino?
Think of the equations.
All right.
I guess he wasn't trying to talk.
And how high? All right, so we'll use 40 feet for the observer height. That's rough. And the target distance of 300 miles. And how high is the target? Is this an airplane that it's targeting?
No, it's a vessel. It's a
Boat on the
boat.
water.
And
a
how
boat on
high?
the water.
And how
A
high?
boat
is-
on a flat
Okay.
level
All right,
horizontal
I just
water.
I just need to see the documentation for that instead of just
Hold on,
the
let me see. Let me
planes.
see. Hold on, let me see.
Okay, so in the meantime, I
First
just
he's
gotta
gonna-
emphasize.
No, there's no. Yeah,
Do that.
yeah.
He's going to doubt that the military can actually do that.
But
This is
just
how
need the
desperate
documentation.
these are.
Just need
My
the documentation,
Okay,
Harp.
so while we're waiting
Harp,
for the
don't have
documentation,
don't pop an
Documentation!
aneurysm,
Let me see
Harp.
your asshole documentation. Did you
Don't-
show me any yet?
Don't
You haven't
pop a
shown
blood
me
vessel,
anything I
man.
asked you all
We
night,
don't
you fucking-
we don't need
why
you
would we
to be
rather
bleeding
shout
out,
about
buddy.
this?
MC Toon, you're really pissing my man off. Bro.
I know.
Don't do that shit.
I love
Not
playing.
now.
I
Not
love playing the
now.
harp. I love playing the harp.
Hey, harp's that's a
Dude,
real
that ain't
thing.
the fucking harp we're talking about.
Yeah,
It's
this
the high
ain't.
frequency roll. Fucking
Oh,
research.
don't justify yourself, Harp. What the fuck? Stop that. Don't justify yourself to this man. Oh my
Right.
god. You're out there explaining your name. Slow down, bro. What the hell? Fucking hell.
I'm just playing the harp.
Holy shit.
So in the
You guys are
meantime,
hilarious.
I'm trying to emphasize the fact
I'm
that
looking for the height real quick. of the ship.
contrived
In the
mathematical.
meantime, yeah, they got nothing.
Right, he tried to
Hey,
contrive
hold
a
on, MC Toon.
mathematical
Hold on one sec, Gregory.
imagination.
Hold on, I know you're about to go on a whole thing, but I want to remind MC Toon and his whole audience. No sinking refraction.
Oh my gosh.
7 years in this
Actually-
shit. No.
You couldn't have said
sinking
that after I
It
said
started
the
at,
sentence
it
I wanted to
started
say.
at 5 years, and now we're
we
at
win
7.
again, boys.
Is it
Wrap
still
it
at
up.
7, or did you get to 8 yet?
I'm about a decade in this, man. I don't know how to.
decade,
explain
all
it.
right.
Cleanser,
Here
you
I
couldn't have
go.
said that after I finished the sentence I was
Yeah,
trying to finish.
Yeah, go
Lindsay,
ahead.
he
Go ahead,
doesn't.
Gregory.
He
Yeah.
doesn't
Oh,
need
yeah.
to tag in.
No,
So in the
MC
meantime,
Toon, don't interrupt Gregory.
So
Go
in the
ahead.
meantime, let's try this one more time. The man contrived a mathematical hypothetical imagination and tried to knock it down, which would be a straw man fallacy. Right? With mathematical prestidigitation, I'm just supposed to accept that his mathematical hypothetical construction is supposed to be representative of a position that we actually hold, thinking that he's done some reductio ad absurdum. And then he has yet to tell us how he actually ascertained the supposed height of the sun.
Right. Exactly.
When you said
He
reductio
hasn't
talking
absurdum,
crap.
yeah,
He has no
that was
clue.
great.
Zero. Nothing. Press absolutely zero here so far that I've been here. Nothing. Just said stuff. That's what he does. He says stuff.
All right.
Press zero, Gregory.
Still
And by the way,
waiting.
earlier, dude, it's all good, bro. We got back.
All good.
All right. I'm just playing the harp
Oh my
here.
god, friends after all.
Well, yeah. We were
We need a big
missing
rainbow with sparkles now.
No,
We were
can you
missing
guys get a room? Not here, not now.
Well, we're already
Jesus
in a room,
Christ.
Cleanser. It's literally titled General. See what I did there?
All right. So, Apocryphon, you're gonna have to come back to me. That's all right.
Yeah, no worries. I'm getting it for you. No worries.
All right. Well, it's 2 a.m. and I mean,
Yeah, you need to go to bed.
dude, I got a full day of work tomorrow.
You need to go to bed.
Yeah,
You know what
you-
I love telling Globers.
I gotta-
You need to go to bed, dude.
I gotta
Bed, bro.
You need to go to bed.
I
That's
gotta
for
set
sure.
up some
Go to
IP
bed,
addresses
Joseph.
for.
Go
I gotta set
to
up
bed.
and I have to input an SPF address and our DNS for a demo.
Yeah,
we're doing.
hacker, whatever. Yeah. Who cares?
Dude, I hack
You need to go to bed, dude.
All right.
Beat him in his sleep.
Apocryphon, send me that stuff. I'll have a look.
I will.
Hey,
Yeah. I
hey,
want you to
make
check it
tune
out.
before you
It's,
go. Make tune.
300
MC.
miles, but yeah, something you can look up. We can talk about it later. I'll find it. It's hard because now I don't know what's up with my algorithm for Google, but it's giving me all
algorithm.
kinds of dumb. it's like technician jobs at Aegis. Like I'm like, dude, I'm not looking for jobs. I'm looking for the It's like I don't know what's going on,
dude.
man.
Okay, Mixon, bro.
Stupid.
Hey, come at me. DM me the sinking refraction, bro.
There you go.
If you can. I really am still looking for it. So, brother, hook a brother up with
I
that
played
shit,
it.
man.
I
I'm
played it
looking.
on my
I'm out here
YouTube.
scouting. I'm looking for it.
You can go
Send
watch
me the
Don't
my
say I never
measure
asked.
operation
Just
that you
show
did to
me
get the head of the sun
sinking.
while you're at it.
Sincleanserr.
I'll
You
find
can
out
watch
one
it.
of these days. I
I
swear to
posted
God,
it.
I'm gonna get to the bottom of it.
I played it during while you were talking.
No, you didn't.
I
Go
did.
away.
It's on
Hell,
the
you-
live
no,
stream.
I've
It's
never
on
had a
my
clip.
live stream.
No, don't even play that shit. You saw what and you said this? Nope.
So-
Nope.
All right. So
Hey,
Apocryphon.
would this suffice? Here, I'm gonna post it for you. Would that suffice? You can check it out. He let me know if that will suffice. I'll try to find something better, more accurate as well. Maybe but that is from the missiledefense.org.
Yeah, these are it's a network. I mean, you're gonna have to find the one that's the not
It's
network.
a network, bro.
No. Well, this particular one, it's
That's a missile defense.
right. But this particular, it speaks about this particular vessel in it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I think.
So what we have so far, we have a
I
negative
think
question
we should wrap
fallacy,
it up,
definition
man.
of
Job
horizon.
well done. Everybody did pretty great.
Cleanser, I'm gonna beat you up, bro.
We all
beat
did a
him
pretty
up.
good job.
Beat him up,
you know,
Greg.
you ask me.
Give him hell.
I think we did pretty good.
All right.
The surface is the shit you really
Nicktoon
want.
lost. Nicktoon totally lost here.
I think Mick just embarrassed himself. Oh my God, he went live and he did it.
All
He
right.
just got humiliated in front
People,
of.
I'm gonna ask.
Oh,
Hey,
we're
you know what I'm gonna do?
Ask you,
Flat Earth.
Nicktoon, I wanna ask you one question. Have you ever seen the stars in the background at the time of solar eclipse? So all the Einstein observations were fake in 1919.
You seem
If
to have
you're
like the
ever-
worst. You seem to have like the worst mic ever.
What
are you-
man.
what are you talking
I have
about?
seen
Well, we
so
heard him
many
clearly.
photos.
Don't do that,
I'm not a
Cleanser.
hater,
Good lord,
but
don't do
here
that.
we
Don't do
go.
that. Don't do that.
Don't tell him as shitty as Mike is. Yep.
All right,
We heard him clearly enough.
Ask again. I didn't catch it.
Hey, Nicktoon, I'm saying that at the time of solar eclipses, there are no stars in the background. So how they verified the Einstein's general theory of relativity in 1990? Can you give me any single video where we can see the stars at the time of solar eclipse? We cannot
Yeah,
because stars
that's
are
a
not
good
there.
point. That's a great
No,
point.
no stars are there. I have gone through for so many original videos and even my naked eye observations. No one has ever seen any stars.
This
in the
guy's a
background.
true
All things are
seeker.
made up.
Yeah.
Cleanser, give him compliments after he finishes the sentence.
So all right. So there.
No, he was going. I just caught him.
3 times, but that's cool.
I'm writing a poll because I want people to be able to vote who is the best of you. Apocryphon is.
Oh, well, we all lose. Your poll means we all lose.
Hey.
Listen,
Oh,
All right,
my
so
God, a poll.
here we go.
Listen, bro.
I'll answer. Who is it? That was it. Cooney.
You're not gonna let me. You're not gonna
Hold
let
on,
me.
no. Yeah, no, because Cooney's first. Harp, shh. Quiet, Harp.
This is
Quiet,
what's
Harp.
happening, right?
Quiet, shh.
All these
Quiet.
brain dead Glovers
Carp,
are
I'm
laughing
Carp.
at us because
Hey,
they're
Carp,
brain
I'm
dead.
answering the question. All right, I'm answering Cooney's question.
That was kind of clever because
All
I
right.
recognize that word.
Yes. All right, Cooney.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Cooney.
Prove yourself,
oh my
asshole,
gosh.
over and over.
Okay,
Cooney,
I'm
he
listening, Nicktoon.
doesn't want me to answer you.
Yeah, hold on, MC. You do owe him an answer. Come
I
on.
do, but Harp won't let me.
You do. Yeah, but Harp's he's a legend, so slow down, bro.
No,
Let's
he's
just
not.
hear it out.
He's legend. He's
Let's
making a
just hear
legend
it
of
out,
himself right
everybody.
now in the poll.
Relax, man. We got a lot of shit going on.
Idiots in here.
Harp, you are a fucking legend. I swear to God. That's obvious.
All right.
Go ahead, answer the question about the stars, whatever, guys.
All right.
Don't let us stop you, McToon. Let's go.
All right, Cooney. There are you can if you look at the original 1919 Eddington a paper, the publication, you can see the plates that they actually took the photographs of the stars with. So I just go look there. If you haven't looked at that, then make sure you do
No,
that.
show me a video evidence. That was all made up.
There was.
That was made up.
I'm sorry, there was no video in 1919 of that. I'm sorry.
No, but videos are available all over the internet. Thousands of people are filming. No, I have never seen a star.
Okay.
in the background.
Yeah, well, yeah,
He's
Eddie,
telling
It's
you.
impossible
I'll give
because
I'll
there
give
are
you the
no
link.
stars.
He's
I'm an
looking.
Hold on.
astronomer. I'm an astronomer. I'm from this field. I do jungle observations.
He's just telling you
All
to
right.
keep looking. He's not going to show you the proof. Hey, this is McToon.
Yeah,
That's how
show
he
me a
answers
single
the
video.
That's
It's
how he answers
impossible
the
because
question, bro. That's how he answers
stars
the
don't appear.
Well,
Stars
I mean,
don't appear when there is a sun,
if
right?
you were
It's a
Couldn't
fact.
get an answer,
yeah,
bro.
if you were an astronomer, you'd know the difference between videos and photographs and how videos aren't
Blah,
the
blah,
same.
blah.
So anyway,
Again,
all right.
the word.
There's the
Hey,
link.
I
There's
think
the
that's
link.
Hey,
Words.
hey, McToon.
All right.
You would love to.
Hey,
hold on,
hey,
hold on,
McToon,
hold on,
just
hold
real
on, hold on.
quick.
I got everybody
go
saying,
ahead.
"Hey,
Bug Fun.
McToon."
Just
But
real quick.
I really do think
There's only one of me.
Just-
people.
listen
You're all
to me,
fighting
listen to me,
for me.
listen to me
You're
right
all
now, right
fighting
now.
for me.
No brain between.
I
the
really
body.
think we need to listen. I think we need to wrap this up, boys. I think we need to come this to the close.
Just real quick, McToon. It can hit a golf ball. Just real quick, it can hit a golf ball 105 miles away and a ballistic missile at 200 and
Yeah, that's talking about the resolution
195
capability. That's the resolution capability of the radar. That's not the actual real world when installed distance against something like different.
did you read
mega
it all?
claim.
Did you read
we
it
got
all?
a mega claim.
I haven't
oh,
yet.
my
Maybe-
lord.
why don't-
Yeah,
another.
Holy crap!
Super mega
Everybody,
claim.
everybody
How long
talk
you
at the
gonna
same
let this
time.
go, man?
Maybe another day we can
Rid of
read
these
through it. We
fucking
can check it out.
idiots.
Sure. All
There
right.
you go.
So
Another
for
day we can check it
reference,
out.
We can only
Harp.
accomplish so much, Harp.
Holy
for
cow,
reference,
Harp.
We can only do
Holy
so
cow,
much.
Harp. Meanwhile, you got idiots in the chat just
Jesus.
insulting people. They have no clue what they're saying.
We
This is
apologize.
here who
He's
hasn't
just not
answered
used
a
to.
single
He's just not
question.
used to having company
Keep
around.
I
him.
over
know.
talking me,
He's a
asshole.
nice.
I know.
He's a nice
Fucking
guy.
asshole.
I like.
He's a nice guy. I promise.
All right.
This guy.
I love
Thank
you,
you.
Harp, so
Hammer,
much.
thank
Harp's
you
the
so
You're my
much.
man.
favorite.
Same motherfucker
All right,
like
there's-
He's a
this.
legend.
You're a
All right, I'm
goddamn
Harp, you're a
asshole.
winner.
You never
I'm
met
gonna-
him before. His name's
Keep
Harp.
fucking
He's awesome.
talking, Hammer. Fucking asshole.
Anyway,
Fucking troll.
look
All right,
forward to it.
Thanks a
You're
lot.
fucking troll.
I'm gonna head
He's
over
gonna
to my
bring
channel, but
the
thanks a lot,
the
Harp.
radar.
Harp, you won. First time.
Yeah,
First
Harp,
time you
you
won.
won the
Hey,
great-
listen,
you won
we
the
got
best
legends
flirt.
here, man. I'll tell you this. I'll tell
Give
you
him
that.
his award. What's his award?
No, legendary status.
I'll send him a globe.
You won the poll.
Send me your
You're the best
send me your
flirt of the
address.
night.
I'll mail you a globe.
Oh,
all right, we'll see y'all. We'll see y'all later. Thanks, everybody.
Hey, thanks a lot, McToon. Till
Hey,
next time.
hey,
Until next time.
McToon, one last
Oh
thing.
my gosh, what?
Just come back with some facts.
Oh yeah.
Have a good night.
Bye. Oh my gosh. It's Harp in prison on a prison phone. All right, I got some super chats to go through. I tried to incorporate a few, but oh my gosh, nothing. How much of a nothing can you actually have? That was a pretty serious failure on their part. But you know, they're good at failure. They have to be good at something. Is in a forest, Cuba. A bluff works in poker, not debate. Dave Kircher cast a magic membership and rolled a 10. All right, Brian Gugger. Let's see, Brian. Yep, okay. That said flat earthers have to dip, or the planes have to dip their nose, so they say, but on the Gleason app, you'd have to bank. The QTube family said the wind turbines are sinking. Weatherhelm said, ask the Flurf, what is on the bottom of his Flurf Earth disc? Flurf disc? They never know. They never even will guess. Trust Your Senses said no carpenter ever, from CV McCullough. Hold on, I'm hiccuping here. Chronic Avenger. Oh no, hold. Tim Davidson said, got a light to Flurf. Wait. Chronic Avenger said, what evidence do you have it is sinking refraction? I did get to ask him that, but he had nothing. Melodic Lyrics has a $2 super chat with no message. Thank you, but I do like your name, Melodic Lyrics. Verillion says, my eyes are reliable, but that's an optical illusion. And a bunch of laughy faces, yeah. Oh, Gary IOW gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Gary. Peter Collings, who's been a member for 26 months, says, uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. You guys like that song? You can't get it out of your head, can you? It's stuck. It is totally stuck. Lord Illuminous Pooh said, we never hear about his carpentry. Maybe it's a good thing. Jesus became the Messiah. He can save your soul, but can't build a bookshelf. He had to have some sort of success, didn't he? C.V. McCullough says, as a carpenter, tell me what 6 inches is without a measure. Hint, it's half of what you told her. Oh my gosh. You gotta look, you gotta look at the chat. Harp, stop sitting on your mic. Harp, cry more, baby, why don't you? He was so worked up. I was just plucking the strings on the harp. Chronic Avenger, how did you determine it was sinking refraction? Where's your data? Where is your evidence? Oh, that's asking Sincleanserr for data and evidence is a failing thing. He has no evidence and no data ever. Dave Kircher, I need a few goalposts moved. Does Sincleanserr have a business card? Stringer News 1 says the smug is unbearable. Yes, Gregory, super smug. Holy crap. For somebody that's a massive idiot, he was so smug. That's a top lefter right there. Lord Luminous Pooh says, had cyber naughty with a VPN. And I think I got an NFT too. I worry about my grandmother if she falls and no one is there. Does she make a noise? I think I got an NFT. A non-fungible something. I don't do those. Melodic Lyrics says, how do you define a horizon that supposes geometry? Right. Oh my goodness. Gregory hates science. He's like, it's all hypothetical. Yes. That's what you do in science. You construct a hypothesis. How is that a hard thing? Why is that a problem? There's no problem with that. Present 99 says, OMG, the horizon is blah, blah, blah. Just like this Flatzoid guy with the ridiculous grid stuff. Okay, that was a super chat. That was my super chat, Cherry. Hope you have enough Toonshine for this. I ran out of Toonshine. Totally out. But I still have some tab. Hold on. I'll have some tab. They're not much different. CVM McCullough says, but Earthshine is real. Stupidity. Like, you could tell that Greggy Pooh was from the Oakley camp. Because Oakley is all about denying science. Everything that Oakley does is about denying science. Because science destroys flat Earth, and so they can't allow it to happen. You can't never let science happen. So everything that you do that's science, they will hand wave, absolute blanket reject it. They do that by redefining science. They just take basically the opposite of science, call it science, and then say that it doesn't qualify. So it's just a different version of science denialism, the redefining of science to be something else. Like, why could you not have something hypothetical in your hypothesis? Hypothetical. Hypothesis. Gregory, don't you see the problem there? You must have something hypothetical in your hypothesis. If you don't, I don't think you have a hypothesis yet. And did you hear Harp? Harp wanted to go on about cause and effect. Because that's another way of rejecting science, is demanding that all science be just cause and effect. It doesn't have to be cause and effect. Don't need those anymore. I always forget the guy's name. The guy that figured out that the benzene ring was a ring, that it was 6 carbons in a circle. They knew already that benzene was 6 carbons, but they did not know the shape of the molecule. He had a dream. In the dream, a snake was eating its own tail. He thought, I wonder if that's what benzene looks like, if that's what its actual geometry is. So then they went and they tested it and found out. What was the cause-effect relationship there? There's no cause-effect relationship. Hypothesis. Benzene is in a ring. Let's go test that. Oh, look, we tested it. We confirmed that it's in a ring. We have one confirmation of that hypothesis. Let's go do a few more. That's how you do science. They don't like it because it ruins flat Earth. Al Glad Are You says, what are the factors to predict a supermoon on flat Earth? I love the questions that they can never answer. They were adamant that the moon changes sizes, but couldn't actually bring anything other than it look bigger, it look smaller. Seriously, flat earthers, that's a failure. Get measurements, actual measurements. There we go. Cretan Bull says August Kekule. I don't know. That must be. Is that the guy that did the benzene ring? And Round Thinker says you should make a video about the scientific method. I should. I've thought about doing that. I have. I mean, I'm like, there's so many other people that have. So, like, but then I can't. I think Harp is still going because somebody just posted this. Everybody's just taking the piss out of it. I love that. That's awesome. Vadim says, I was just telling Professor Bell to do a video like that today. Yeah. I have this. They don't like this. Because there's a couple things. Because the flat earthers, they think that they want to demand that science proves things, but you can't. Baconian narrow inductivism doesn't work. And the positivists in the early 1900s of I forgot the name, in Austria, they tried to go for positivism, but it didn't work. And A.J. Ayers, the main positivist, eventually said, nope, that doesn't work. So great video on YouTube about it. So, okay. Hold on. This is great. I'm enjoying watching this. We got J808. This tune when he owns Flurfs. That's awesome. That's great. You don't want to see me actually try to do something like that because I cannot do that, but that's great. Thank you, J808. All right. Just go watch Richard Feynman. He does the best scientific method talk. You won't top that. You're right. I mean, you probably heard me talk about it. I quoted from his video. You compute the consequences. You get a hypothesis, whatever the hell you want it to be, as long as it's testable. you compute the consequences of that hypothesis, and then you compare to observations or measurements. That's what he said, right? And if it contradicts the hypothesis, then it's been falsified. You might want to do some more to make sure it was done well. So, all right. Cretan Bull, who's been a member for 40 months, says these people are impossibly stupid. Happy 40 months. Yeah, thank you, Cretan Bull, for 40 months. Dave Kircher said, this is too effing stupid. Flurf quote of the year. I love when they're like, you don't live on a model. You can't have a hypothesis without a model. So if you don't want a model, you won't be doing science. You see, that's just science denialism. All right. Cretan Bell says, tell them what you mean, but stop saying words. Ableist says, Michael, stop using words in math. Sheesh, just explain stuff. Flurfs 2023. Harp, seriously. He's like, explain it to me again. So I go to explain it. He's like, now you're just using words. Like, oh, do you want me to post a video of me doing it? No, I want you to explain it. Make up your mind. PT Tony says, if someone offered these guys $1 million to go a day without saying anything stupid, does anyone think they could do it? No. Not possible. I'm ending the poll. I'm ending the poll there. We've got, who is the best Flurf? Harp with 55%, Sincleanserr at 22, Gregory at 12, and Apocryphon at 9. Only 149 votes. And how many? There's 389 people watching. I always find that a little funny. But maybe you're not all watching. There you go. Okay. I love these people. High Ventese says, I thought Sincleanserr had you dead to rights. He said, no evidence of sinking refraction. I thought he was going to wreck you. But then, remarkably, amazingly, he never actually gave us the evidence he said he had. Was I the only one hanging on his every word, hoping he would post the evidence? Yep. And I showed you a video of sinking refraction. That sun was doing that. And Sincleanserr, I'm pretty much sure he won't be watching. But if he does, he could become educated. Sinking refraction happens when the index of refraction gradient is reversed. Vienna circle, thank you. Brenda. When the index of refraction gradient is reversed, in most conditions, in the low, in the entirety of the atmosphere primarily, but especially in the low elevations, you have the nearest to the ground, the highest index of refraction, and as you go up, you have lower and lower index of refraction. Typically, that is when there's colder air close to the ground and it's warming up as it goes up in elevation. In order for that to be inverted, you have to have the cold air up high and the warm air down low. That is a very unstable condition, and you see effects like in the Black Swan, the claimed Black Swan. Things waver, things get bigger and smaller, they get inconsistently modified. So in the photograph that he posted of the windmills being obstructed bottom up by the edge of the curve, there weren't artifacts that you would expect with sinking refraction. Varying levels of squishiness, and it was really a great picture because the angles on the windmill fins were straight. They weren't warped. And if there was sinking refraction, you'd expect to see a good amount of that. So there you go. King Ed V says, tell him they know nothing about radar as per me. Retired ATC, The distance of horizon of any surface search radar is less than 25 nautical miles. And the Aegis thing that they're talking about, there's a couple different things. One, it is a network. You can have an airplane that's at a super high elevation and has a big view of the area, communicating with the ship to send the radar information to it. You can have a smaller ship that's nearby. You can have any number of different things that can network together to get the information back to the ship that has the large missile that they're going to launch. When they actually, the other thing that he was citing is like, you can see a golf ball at this distance. That's actually citing the capabilities of the radars. It really comes down to the Rayleigh criterion, doesn't it? That's the biggest thing affecting it, because that's its ability to resolve detail at distance. It's not actually, we saw a golf ball sitting on the water 300 miles away. That's not what they're saying at all. That's why I just ask them for evidence. And they're like, I got to Google for it. Okay, so you don't have it, right? I have a folder. The folder is organized by topic. There's so much stuff in it. Seriously. If I want, how do I pull these things up? I have a folder. So there you go. They're over the asylum talking about how you made a fool of them. Melodic Lyrics says the triangles just felt like they were really trying to get MC Toon to admit that one of the lives followed the ground, and it was probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah. So dumb. Because I'm in an airplane measuring at an angle down to the edge of some, or just to anything. They're like, well, the ground has to be flat because that line between myself and the object I'm measuring, the surface of the ground has nothing to do with it. I wasn't measuring it across the ground. It is incredibly desperate for them to do that, but that's all they have. All right. Dozilla is a new member at Newton, and Stringer News 1 says, have fun cleaning pigeon poop off the chessboard. Thank you for that. And that wraps up the Super Chats. That wraps up this thing. I got the Copper and Quarter says this was a great stream. Good night, everyone. And the Copper and Quarter, I have the air pump and the hose, so I'm going to, in the next few days, get that muriatic acid going in the bath to get the, I'll record some video of it. So King Ed's in there. Sincleanserr, want to wreck flat Earth? Ask what a radar horizon is. Anyway, people, thank you very much. This definitely, the computer here definitely works much better. You can see this going across nice and smooth. Look at that. So thank you, everybody who has watched and helped and super chatted and been a member. That's how I bought the computer, and it'll make future streams that much better. So we'll see you all next time.